Good evening and welcome inside UC Health Stadium, where tonight your Florence Freedom take on the Gateway Grizzlies for the final time in 2019. Hi folks, glad you could join us. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody, as we bring you the call of tonight's action that pits the top team in the West Division, Freedom, against the last place team in the West, Gateway. Florence entering this finale at 42-27 on the season for the Grizzlies. 10 games below 500 at 28-38. Florence enjoying a 2-game edge over the next best team in the West, the Evansville Otters at 39-28. Really hot in the second half of the season. Footsteps starting to be heard by the Freedom in the top spot. For the Gateway Grizzlies, their 28-38 record has them 12.5 games back, but with a full month of season left to play, they feel like they can still make some noise in the wild card that right now would be occupied by the Schaumburg Boomers in the East Division and those Otters from Evansville, with Lake Erie being the division winner in the East and the Freedom being the division winner of the West. So much to get to here in the open as we welcome my dad, Troy Brody, back for the second day in a row in the finale with the Gateway Grizzlies. We'll start with the fact that it's a new month, Dad. The Freedom wrapping up their only losing month of the season in July, 11-13, turning the page on that one losing month and hoping to get off to a great start here in August today.
Yeah, it's funny. You listen to Coach Pelfrey talk about this season, and he's been saying all along there's going to come a time that this team struggles, and we kind of wondered early on would it ever happen with that May and June. Here comes July. They do struggle a bit. The lead shrinks from 8 down to, a game and a half, and now a new month starts. They got a win last night, a big 1-0 game to kind of put a stamp on July and kind of wash it away and now move on to a new August, and here we go. This is why you play the games, right? The month of August is going to matter, and all these close games are kind of making the Freedom battle-tested. At least that's the hope.
That certainly is, and the Freedom have played in their fair share of gutty games here in the second half of the season. For the Freedom, 27 total one-run games here in 2019, including 10 of their last 14, of which they are 4-6 in those 10 one-run games. Dennis Pelfrey talked about it on his Dennis Pelfrey Show, the Monday Ritual. That is always going to be the biggest statistic he pays attention to. How well do you play in those games that are closely contested from the first inning through the ninth? Well, the answer is they're just above 500 in those games, 14-13 in the 27 total. It's certainly been the story of the second half of the season. Hasn't been a strong second half for the Freedom, but luckily they wrapped up the first half with the Frontier League best 35-17 record and have earned themselves a little bit of a leash to struggle early in the second half, but make no mistake, that should end today.
Yeah, and you feel like the Freedom get everybody's best shot, right? When you race out and have a June like they had, what was that, 20-7 in the month of, 20-3 or 20-7?
They won 20 of 23 games in June.
Yeah, 20-3 for the month. Everybody, you're going to get their best shot, and that's what happened. Everywhere they go, it seems like anymore it's a tight game, it's a close game, it's a late innings, it's tense, it turns into the importance of the bullpen, playing small ball. This is all feeding right into Dennis Pelfrey's formula, and I think he's very comfortable with his team with the 2-game lead going into the final month. I bet you he would put all his chips in and say, we will see this thing through.
Lefty Scott Sebald was absolutely magnificent on the bump for the Freedom last night. He set the tone in the series, went 7 2/3 shutout innings. The Freedom won the game 1-0, so they got more great work in relief by 2 pitchers, Sean Hughes, who ended up taking the win, his first professional win. So another congratulations to Sean Hughes' family and the listening audience. The Boston College phenom gets that first pro victory last night, got 1 out, but got the win. He's been a handful. Carl Craigie comes into the 9th inning, newly named Freedom closer, lands save number 5. Now that Jonathan Tripp, the 2-time All-Star closer for the Freedom, is in their 5-man rotation. There's been a lot of changes at the top. We'll ask you about this next, Dad. Affiliated baseball's reined in for the Florence Freedom. They got off to that great start. They had an unbelievable 24-man roster, but Major League Baseball took notice. They've sent 4 guys to Major League organizations for the 3rd straight year. Nobody sent more here in 2019 than the Freedom, and that's forced them to kind of find new horses to bring in, both on the pitching staff and in the field. So you're a coach. You're somebody that knows how to build a team and what you look for. It's not easy in the middle of a season to try to have that much turnover, especially when you're losing some of your best players, but Dennis feels great about the guys he has in his dugout right now.
Yeah, I think when you build a team, you're thinking about depth. Depth is so important at the key positions, and it really depends on what your formula is. And with Dennis Pelfrey, it's pretty clear he is a guy that He wants guys to work counts, right? He wants guys to get on base, move runners over, play small ball. He knows with his formula you're going to be in close games, and the Freedom are built that way. And he has that next man up approach, right?
Yep.
And I think that's why he's so that's why he says we're fine, we're going to be battled. He's not worried about that, July, because a lot of those losses were one-run games. So he's putting on that air of confidence for his team, and he's not rattled one single bit. And if he is, he certainly doesn't show it.
So we talked about Scott Seaball's performance last night, the two pitchers that came in behind him, the Freedom winning 1-0. Thank you, Ricky Ramirez Jr. It was his 8th inning sacrifice fly that proved to be the difference in the ball game. The loss went to the lefty Jason Seaver for the Gateway Grizzlies. It was just his first loss of the season. So we'll turn the page to today. It's just a 2-game series. They will wrap their season series with the Gateway Grizzlies tonight. On the bump for the Florence Freedom, their right-hander, freshly activated off the 7-day injured list. Daniel Williams to toe the rubber tonight. His numbers on the season 3-2 in the win-loss column. His ERA at 5.01. This will be his 9th start. Daniel's had 3 quality starts in his first 8 outings, but bitter pill to swallow his last time out. 1 out away from cinching up quality start number 4. He was removed from the game after 5 2/3 innings, 3-run baseball. Daniel Williams, somebody you know what you're going to get when he toes the slab. He's going to work quickly. He's going to throw strikes. He's not going to put guys on base with free passes. The Freedom have to bring it defensively behind him and hopefully offensively as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's funny how the schedule works. There's a team every year it seems like you just match up well against. Here the Freedom are 10-1 against Gateway this year. So you know they're feeling confident going into this game. And it's funny, you look at the schedule and you know the Freedom of kind of beat up on the East right now. When you play the teams in the West, it seems like that division is so strong. It's just knocking each other off all the way. So any Western Division game is big, and really any game is big at this time of the season.
On the other side for the Gateway Grizzlies tonight, the right-hander Rain Leckerman will toe the rubber for the Grizzlies. His number's 2-2 on the season, his ERA at 3.07. He's a former Frontier League tryout camp and draft hopeful, and Dennis Pelfrey wanted him, but the Gateway Grizzlies got him first. Rain Leckerman has faced the Freedom 1 time this season. Almost a quality start. He allowed just 1 more run than the quality start formula would allow, but it was 6 strong innings for Leckerman on July 12th at GCS Credit Union Ballpark. He would take the loss that night, however. He allowed 4 earned runs over his 6 innings of work. The Freedom wound up winning that game 5-2. But every day is a little something different. The Freedom got to bring it again here in the finale. They won last night 1-0. If they get the victory tonight, they will finish their 12 games with their West Division rival Gateway 11-1 this season. And with all the action in the West Division, all those teams charging towards the top, the Freedom feel like, even though they've been in first place for the majority of the 2019 season, every game, now that we're in August, feels like a must-win. Freedom taking the field right now, so we'll quickly take a look at tonight's starting lineup, starting with the team that'll hit first here in the top of the first, the Gateway Grizzlies. Leadoff man Brent Sakurai will play shortstop. Hit 1. Connor Owings back in the 2-hole at the hot corner. Luke Lowry starts the heart. He'll play first base. Luis Roman's the DH, hitting in the cleanup spot. Dustin Woodcock rounds out the heart of the order. Woodcock in right field tonight. Catcher Zach Taylor hits 6th. Sean Dunston Jr., one of 2 sons of former major leaguers in the lineup for Gateway tonight, hitting in the 7th spot, shagging in center field. Gunnar Buhner in the 8-hole, playing second. And Anthony Ray rounds out the bottom of the order. He'll be in left field. With that, I will send it to Aaron Lukin, the PA voice of the Florence Freedom, who's about to send it down to the field for the playing of tonight's national anthem. It is almost that time. Freedom and Grizzlies wrap up their season series here at UC Health Stadium tonight. The Freedom 1-0, getting a 1-0 victory in the opener last night. It's a quickie, just 2 games before a 4-game series opens up with the East Division Washington Wild Things right here in Florence beginning tomorrow. Glad you could join us, folks. Aaron Brody with you alongside my dad. He's my partner in crime today as we continue to wish a speedy recovery to my normal number 2, Robert Rundle, who's still dealing with kidney stones and out this week. So speedy recovery, my buddy. But in the meantime, it's a Brody broadcast of Freedom Baseball.
I'll do my best to keep the seat warm here for you, Rob. I'm sure you'll be back the next game. And if not, let me know, and I'll rearrange the old schedule and get here and call another Freedom game. Good stuff, a good team. Got a good crowd tonight, a little bit late arriving. Had to wait for the highways were shut down in both directions with President Trump being in town. Made getting to the ballpark a little bit of a challenge, so the Freedom backed it up a bit to give the fans time to get here, and they are still coming through the gates as we speak.
We were able to give you the Gateway Grizzlies starting 9. Now let's set the defense for the Freedom here in the top of the first inning. Told you Daniel Williams, the right-hander, toes the rubber tonight. His battery mate will be Ryan Rinsky from left to right in the outfield. How about the debut for Kenny Meimersdorf last night? 2 hits, the only Freedom player to have a multi-hit game, and it was his first game in the Crimson and White. Meimersdorf in left field. In center, the captain of the outfield and maybe the captain of the team, Andre Mercurio, shagging in center. The right fielder tonight, Ricky Ramirez Jr., a man who could vie for Frontier League MVP honors this year if he's even half as good in the second half of the season as he was in the first half. Double play duo up the middle, the electrifying Austin Wobrock at short. Caleb Lopez, his partner, in the double play duo. Lopez at second. Playing the hot corner for the Freedom, Luis Pintor at third base. And at first, Connor Crane. That Ryan Rinsky shows his hose down to second. We are almost underway. The Grizzlies will send Brent Sakurai, Connor Owings, Luke Lowry to the dish here in the top of the first. A single 9-inning game on tap tonight. The finale between the Freedom and Grizzlies in 2019. Shortstop Brent Sakurai digs in the box. Got the night started last night for Gateway with one of 5 hits they would have all night, an infield single. But Austin Wobrock playing deep at short. Not anticipating a similar slow chopper here off the bat. He'll get a chopper. It's a 2-hopper to Wobrock on the first pitch. Shortstop gloves and fires. An easy out. 6-3. 1 up, 1 down for Daniel Williams, and it brings up Connor Owings.
It's a good thing he hit that one a little harder than last night. Last night he started the game with the slow ground ball to short and beat it out pretty handily. So he's got speed, and not a bad thing having him out of the way with 1 out here in the first.
No doubt about it. Sakurai would have 2 hits of the Grizzly 5. Gunnar Buhner would have 2 hits as well. Only 1 man in the Gateway Grizzlies starting 9 last night, not named Sakurai, not named Buhner, would get a hit. First pitch fastball starts Connor Owings behind in the count, 0-1. Williams working the edge and with success. Righty has a full windup. Comes to a quick consensus, sees his catcher set up in. The 0-1 pitch was in, but fouled straight back to the screen as Williams moves 1 step closer. 0-2. He's ahead of Owings. Owings a .265 hitter. Does have 6 bombs this season in his first year with the Grizzlies. Inside out's a slow, twisting pop-up that's going to find its way out of play. Not well struck, but nothing the Freedom could do about it. Well out of their reach. Just an 0-2 foul ball. Another strike for Daniel Williams, who's thrown nothing but through his first 4 pitches of this game. Rinsky will set up all the way in. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball's popped up in a similar spot down that left field side, and this one will twist farther out of play towards the kid zone here at UC Health Stadium. It's game show night in Florence. Another good crowd on hand. President Trump being in Cincinnati wreaked some havoc on people trying to get to the ballpark tonight. Part of the reason why we had to delay first pitch from 6:35 to 7 o'clock. We appreciate your patience out there in Freedom Land. Underway now, though. 0-2's fisted over Caleb Lopez and down in right center field. Owings with an 0-2 base hit. He's going to try to make this a hustle double. He's on his horse to second. Throw to the bag in time. The Freedom have 2 quick outs as Connor Owings got a little bit greedy on the bases.
Yeah, that looked like a single out of the box, but he definitely gave that one a good hard 90 on the way to first base. Pretty daring attempt to try to take 2 on that. I didn't think he had a shot, and he didn't. Good outfield play by the Freedom there. Another outfield assist.
So Owings will be 1 for 1, but it's a single. Hosed at second, trying to make it a double. First pitch swinging, Luke Lowry pops this one up, out of play. Falls behind 0-1 as Daniel Williams has still not thrown a ball. Have another hitter, and he's down to his last out here in the first. Rinsky sets up out, 0-1 pitch on the way to Lowry. The breaking ball is down and in. He's done it. He's missed the strike zone. It's 1-1.
Better get the bullpen going out there.
1-1 pitch, chopped towards third, but foul as it makes its way down the line. Williams ahead of another hitter, looking for his first punch out. But 2 quick outs through 2 batters. He'll take a quick trip to the rosin bag, give it a couple of tosses before spiking it Gronk style behind the bump. Reascends from the backside, quickly nods in agreement into his windup. 1-2's at the letters. Count evens up 2-2. Dangerous place to go with Luke Lowry, especially with an off-speed pitch, letter high. 2-2 on the way now from the righty. Got him swinging, breaking ball down and away. Lowry chased, and he's frustrated. Good start for Daniel Williams. Grabs a strikeout, faces the minimum in the visitor side of the first. The Freedom will send Wobrock, Lopez, and Crayport to the plate, looking for the game's first run, bottom 1 at UC Health Stadium. Keep it locked on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Compass Self Storage, we make it easier. We understand that storing your belongings is not a luxury, but a necessity. We're a proven self-storage leader focused on providing you with a friendly, professional, and clean place to store your items. Whether your concern is price, size, availability, or security, there is no need to look anywhere else. We provide it all. Give us a call today at any of our locations in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, or visit our webpage at compassselfstorage.com. Mention this ad and get your first month's rent for free.
Tailored Truck and Auto Repair, servicing all your local automotive and towing needs. 24-hour roadside and towing assistance are available. AAA accredited, family owned and operated. We'll even throw in a 10% labor discount for active military and veterans. 151 Dozier Drive in Walton, Kentucky. Call 859-918-6122. That's 859-918-6122.
Another beautiful day for baseball in Florence, Kentucky. Game time temperatures 85 degrees, some clouds in the sky. But a beautiful day. Austin Wobrock in the box. He'll face Rain Leckerman to get this bottom of the first underway. And a first pitch fastball from the right-hander crosses the outside corner. Wobrock takes, falls behind 0-1. Leckerman 2-2 this season. 3.07 ERA is 0-1. Breaking ball is going to find the inside corner for a called strike. Wobrock flinched, but it's buried in the 0-2 abyss. Leckerman does not bother with the windup. He's always from the stretch. The righty comes to a quick consensus. 0-2 hook wraps around the outside corner. Leckerman starting his victory lap around the mound. Yeah, he wanted strike 3.
He's wondering where that pitch was. Probably not a good idea to show the umpire up like that.
Thought it was a moderate show up.
It was moderate, but it was a bit of a show up.
Breaking ball misses outside, back-to-back. Backdoor breakers, but both balls as Wobrock evens the count at 2-2.
How about the notoriety Wobrock's given this team this year with his appearance on SportsCenter Top 10? Literally, SportsCenter Top 10 plays twice this year.
It's been great. Chopper to the right side. Misplayed on a backhand at first base. They'll go to first where the pitcher is, and in the nick of time, Leckerman fields the toss from Luke Lowry. And Wobrock out by a half step at first for the first out of the bottom of the first.
Yeah, the over play there, right? Lowry, the first baseman, kind of reached out to his right, took a stab at it, kind of booted the ball a little bit, but to his credit, the pitcher sprinting over and Lowry threw a dart, and man, talk about a bang-bang play at first. He was out, but it was close.
In steps Caleb Lopez. up one spot. Started to get cozy in the 3-hole, but he's hitting in that 2 spot today. As Trevor Crayport with all the pop. The newcomer in his second day in the Crimson and White, starting the Hart, waiting on deck for the Freedom. 1 out, nobody on, and a first pitch fastball crosses at 87 on the inside edge. Lopez behind 0-1. Just underway in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Freedom and Grizzlies in their season finale, the 0-1. Line towards right field. This one's got some top spin. It's going to fall in front of the right fielder Woodcock, who plays it on a hop. Lopez has himself an early 1-bagger. And here comes that man, Trevor Crayport, to the dish.
Yeah, here he is, hitting third in the DH spot. Second game with the Freedom.
0 for 3 yesterday in his debut. Took a couple of easy swings and hit the ball to a couple of different warning tracks. Showed the oppo power to right on a liner and to left. 2 batters later, or 2 at-bats later, I should say. First pitch to him is off the plate. Breaking ball missed the mark. It's 1-0 on Crayport. Menacing right-handed hitter, upright in his stance. 1-0 pitch. He takes a hack. It's a ground ball to the backhand to Sakurai, who goes to second for 1. Quick turn on to first base, pulls Lowry off the bag, and Crayport is through. It's a fielder's choice. 2 outs now in the inning, and Crayport replacing Lopez at first.
Now, you didn't think they were going to have a chance to turn 2 there. That ball took him too far over towards third base. Pretty valiant attempt at a double play, but no dice.
Cleanup man Andre Mercurio will try to extend the inning. Brought it up on the broadcast yesterday, and it's still the case. Mercurio, the only man in the Freedom batting order with a 300 batting average. Hitting .325. The miss of his 4th season with the Freedom. Mentioned as we were setting the Freedom defense in the top of the first, he just might be the captain of this team. It's hard to decide who the A1 leader is in the clubhouse. They got about 5 guys that vie for it. Fastball will start Mercurio 0-1 to squeeze the outside edge. We talk about leadership. Plenty of guys bring it to the table on this Freedom crew. Mercurio, one of them. Caleb Lopez, who singled earlier in this inning, another guy. Great leadership skills. Here's a swing and a ground ball to second. Buhner will play it on a backhand throw across his body to first base and in time. So Rain Letkeman will allow 1 base hit in his first inning of work, but he pitches around it. We move to the second inning scoreless. Freedom and Grizzlies in their season finale have reached the top of the second at UC Health Stadium. Keep it locked on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
This is Ryan Quarles, your Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture, here to remind you to buy Kentucky Proud at your local grocery, restaurant, and farmer's market. When you buy Kentucky Proud, you're buying fresh, delicious foods for your family. And you're helping Kentucky farm families make a living. Ask for Kentucky Proud by name and look for Kentucky Proud products at kyproud.com. Buy Kentucky Proud.
Right-hander Daniel Williams looks sharp in his first inning of work. He faced the minimum, so he will face the 4-5-6. Roman, Woodcock, and Taylor due up for the Gateway Grizzlies. No score in the 12th and final game between the Freedom and Gateway here in 2019. Aaron Brody and my dad, Troy Brody, with you, bringing you the call of tonight's action. Could it be we have another pitcher's duel on tap tonight for you on the broadcast? 2 1-0 or 1-0 games in your 2 appearances so far this season and through 1 inning. Pitcher's working quickly again.
Absolutely. You can put it in the bank, right? Here's some things you can count on if I want to do the game. It's going to be low scoring. The Freedom are going to win by 1, and it's going to be 1-0. How about that?
As long as it's a 1-0 victory for the Freedom, no one in the audience is going to try to overthrow you, prevent you from coming back on the air. You've been a good omen, 2-0 so far. DH is Luis Roman. He just now steps in the left-handed batter's box to face Daniel Williams here in the second frame. Righty rocks into the windup and will challenge him with the first pitch fastball on the outside edge for a called first strike at 83.
Daniel Williams is going to give up some hits, right? The opponent hits 270 against him. You don't like that number, an ERA over 5, but he does have that 3.5, almost 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, so he's going to be around the plate.
Helps his cause. The Uncle Chuck's been his best pitch. He just threw it. And on the outside, Black for a called second strike to Luis Roman. The Freedom do build their pitching staff to trust their defense to make plays. Williams does that every time he's out there. Fastball will skip before it arrives to the plate. First ball to Roman. It's 1-2.
Yeah, it's one of the things we looked at before the game, looking through the stats. You look at the season stats for the Freedom, and one thing that jumps out, they don't strike out many hitters, among the lowest in the league in that. They do put the ball in play a lot, so it's going to put pressure on the defense.
1-2 pitch. Outside edge, called a strike, and Roman, frustrated with the zone, smacks the barrel of the bat on his cleats. Thought that was off the mark. Williams will take it. This is his second punch out, and an early out in the second.
Another minor show up there. This one on behalf of the hitter, right? You're going to.
I would say that's a little more on the major side.
So we've had the pitchers show frustration with the umpire for Gateway, and now one of their hitters. So not endearing themselves to the man behind the plate, which is a questionable strategy with the game in the second inning.
Williams is going right after each batter. Dustin Woodcock takes a big swing, fouls off an early fastball off the screen behind home plate. Count will be 0-1. You talked about the strikeout to walk ratio for Daniel Williams. That's his strength. He does not put guys on base, challenges everybody, and he is often rolling in that direction here in start number 9. 0-1. Another strike, this one on the inside, Black. Nothing but strikes from Williams today. It's 0-2 on Woodcock.
Yeah, that's right up my alley, and I know that's Dennis Pelfrey's philosophy as well. Throw strikes and make plays. If you don't walk guys and you don't make errors, you can give up some hits and not hurt yourself.
0-2, looking for that deep outside corner. This time he won't get the call. It's off the plate, but a tremendous idea. If you just got a strike in a similar spot, why not go there when you're ahead of another guy 0-2 and see if you can make it 2 punch outs. Here's a breaking ball. He got too much of the plate. It's line to right field, but Ricky plays a deep right. He's coming in to catch this line drive, and it's out number 2.
We talked about it last night. Right field here at UC Health Stadium is the sun portion of the field. They're looking straight west out there. A little cloudier tonight than it was last night. That was not an easy play to battle the sun there, but you're right. He does play a very deep right field, so actually made that play on the dead sprint coming in, shielding the sun all the way through the play.
First pitch swinging and a one-hop bouncer to short. Wobrock a half step in, gloves the high hop on to first base. Zach Taylor saw just one pitch, turns into out number 3 in the Gateway side of the second. So the Freedom back to the plate, still no score in Florence, Kentucky. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball, presented by Titan Mechanical Solutions.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, We manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Daniel Williams rocking and rolling. He has still faced the minimum through 2 quick innings. So here come the Freedom in the second, looking for the game's first run. They will send Pintor, Ramirez, Meimersdorf, 5, 6, 7 to face Rain Letkeman, the right-hander, who faced just 1 over the minimum in his first inning of work. On the heels of a 1-0 game, offense is sluggish out of the gates. Here in game number 2, each team with 1 base knock, but no runs through an inning and a half. Pintor in the box. Letkeman deals a first pitch fastball right on the outside corner. Well spotted. Pintor started to go but did not commit and is called a strike anyway. 0-1 to the Freedom third baseman. Righty readies right up against his belt. 0-1 pitch. Wild and away for ball 1.
Well, we got something working in our favor here, Aaron. Today is Thursday, I believe, is it not?
It is.
And the Freedom are 10-4 on Thursday, so I like our chances.
Been a good day for him. Good nugget. 1-1. Bender rocketed down the line and left. This is a fair baseball. Pintor's got some wheels. He's on his way to second base. Throws up the line and tag not in time. Pintor safe with a hustle double. Peppered the breaking ball down the line and left. Throw is just 2 steps to the right of second base, and that was the difference as Pintor slid on the third base side of the bag. And in there, good start for the Freedom in the second. Leader standing in scoring position for Ricky Ramirez Jr.
Yeah, Anthony Ray in left field threw that ball up the line. If he puts that throw on the bag, there's an out at second base right there. Took the shortstop too far up the third base slide, and of course the Freedom, they know exactly where they need to slide in spots like that, and he avoided the tag with the right field side of the bag.
Off to a walking lead at second is Pintor, as Sakurai is playing deep in his back pocket at short. Now the shortstop's creeping behind him, but Letkeman is going to let go a breaking ball on the first pitch to Ramirez on the outside corner. Counts 0-1. Ricky didn't want the bender on the first pitch. Not often do you see Ricky down in the order. Hitting in the 6th spot today. He's been a heart of the order guy all season. But you love having him up with a man at second base here. He'll get another bender, but it's too far in for ball 1. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ramirez does have 41 RBIs. That is second most on the Freedom behind Connor Crane, who hits in the 9 spot and has 44. The 1-1 pitch from Letkeman. Too far in. Trying to back Ramirez off the left-handed part of the plate. Stands right on top of it.
Not many teams have their number 9 hitter lead them in home runs and RBIs. That's a little anomaly for the Freedom here. So a lot of pop in the bottom of this lineup tonight, especially with this man hitting in the 6 hole.
And a good hitter's count. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike 2. Letkeman refusing to give in. Ricky wanting a fastball at some point. He has been pitched backwards. Gateway is not surprised by Ricky Ramirez Jr. He can hit in the 6 hole all they want. They're well aware of what this guy does and what he does well. Off speeding him to death. With nobody out, Luis Pintor at second base in a 0-0 game. 2-2 on the way. Low breaking ball. Easy take. Now the count runs full.
There's no shortage of batting lineups that Dennis Pelfrey will use throughout a season, is there?
No.
These guys
certainly not.
Usually the same guys, but they're in no particular part of the order.
Just Andre Mercurio in the cleanup spot at this point. It's about all you can hang your hat on. Payoff pitch is way outside. Another breaking ball. They did not want to give Ricky a single fastball. They'd rather walk him. And that's what they did. Runners at first and second. Still nobody out. And the man who had the only multi-hit game for the Freedom last night, Kenny Meimersdorf, comes to the plate with a chance to continue his good start in a Freedom uniform. 2 men on, nobody out.
like to see Florence score first tonight. They've done really well this season when they score first. It's crazy how the stat works in their favor when that happens. 28-7 when they score first.
It's been a great omen. First pitch swinging, chopper, foul, past third. Very close to extra bases and at least a 1-0 Freedom lead. But instead, the count's 0-1 on Kenny Meimersdorf. Meimersdorf slow to get back in the box. Leckerman has worked with a quick tempo. Here's the 0-1. It's up and in at 88. Best velo from Leckerman so far today. He's lived 86-87. That was his first fastball at 88. An even 1-1 count to Meimersdorf. The Pintor at second, Ramirez at first. Nobody out. Couple looks at second. As the righty comes set, breaking ball is hammered down the line and left, but foul. Scattering a bunch of kids out there on that grassy berm. 5 of them laying out trying to come away with the souvenir.
A dog pile out there with the kids. Good luck to the little guy out there who came up with that baseball. He certainly earned it.
I know a thing or two about being at the bottom of those dog piles with a ball on the line.
Whether it be a baseball or a tennis ball.
Right. Andy Roddick had to have it. And I did get it.
You did get it, and I was right there.
pulling bodies off the pile.
Saying, get off my kid.
Counts 1-2 on Meimersdorf. Leckerman sets. Now he fires. Fastballs shot back to the screen. I still think, as I get older, that I was probably the one in the wrong there. If you'll remember, it was the Andy Roddick fan club that you don't often see at tennis tournaments, shirtless with Roddick across their chest.
They were screaming for Roddick to hit him a ball up there after he won the match, and he obliged and hit one up there, but
he was a little bit short with it.
He was short, and he put it near us, and at that point, the brawl was on.
1-2, chopper to short. Sakurai waits for a second hop, goes to second just in the nick of time. It's the only out they'll get. Ramirez retired there. Meimersdorf threw the bag at first base. Pintor now standing at third, and with one out, runners are on the corners for Ryan Rinsky.
Here we are again, a little deja vu. First and third, one out. Both teams continued to get presented with that scenario last night and couldn't cash in until the Freedom did late with a sacrifice fly to win the game. Like to see them find a way to cash in here. It's early. It's only the second inning. It's certainly not late. But you hate to not capitalize when you have a chance like this early in a game.
And you read the statistic, especially when you do as well as the Freedom do when they get that first run to cross. They have the opportunity here. Got to find a way. Rinsky's got to get it underneath something, hit a fly ball. Here's the first pitch to him. He shows bunt, pushes it down the first base side. It's the safety squeeze, but it rolls foul. And the count will be 0-1.
Man, I didn't get it out in time. I was just going to ask you if Dennis wouldn't be likely to pull something, a rabbit out of the hat here and try a squeeze. Certainly the safety squeeze was on. Just pushed it foul up the first base line. Really had no chance. It was never fair. Had it been fair, it would have been perfectly placed to get that run home.
Thing you don't want is the hard comebacker to the pitcher. They're trying to safety squeeze. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bunt signs off, and here's a high fly ball to straightaway center. Rinsky might have done it. Sean Dunston Jr.'s underneath in deep center. Pintor will tag, and the relays to second. The Freedom have taken a 1-0 lead, and successfully tagging from first to second is Meimersdorf, just ahead of the tag. So the score is 1-0, and the Freedom have one more in scoring position with 2 outs for their RBI leader, Connor Crane, who comes to the plate next.
Boy, you hate to see that if you're a Gateway Grizzly fan. A fly ball to medium depth center field, and a runner tags up and goes from first to second. You knew there was no way they were going to throw the runner out at home. That ball was that was never going to happen, but you can't allow a guy to go first to second on a routine fly ball to center.
Part of me thinks maybe the Grizzlies, or the Freedom rather, thought Gateway would try to relay home, cut down the play at the plate, and forget about Meimersdorf, but that was not the case. First pitch on the way to Connor Crane. Fastball 87 hugs the outside corner. Not much you can do with that pitch. That was right on the black. It's a pitcher's strike and an 0-1 count on Crane. Righty deals the 0-1. Good breaking ball. Make it strike 2. Crane will clarify where exactly that crossed, as he has a couple of words with home plate umpire Lyle Travis. But that's not going to register on the show-up scale.
No, we've had 2 show-ups. I'm going to give that one a pass. I'm keeping score over here on the show-ups tonight.
0-2 breaking ball drops off the table. Crane started to go, and will they appeal down? They will, but no go, as Ben Levin is thrust into action. Throws up the safe sign. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Don't call him the 9-hole man, Connor Crane. Club leader in homers and RBIs. A chance to help the Freedom add to their lead here. It's 1-0. But one more man standing there at second in Meimersdorf. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Tough pitch from Ryan Leckerman. He got the strikeout, and that'll do it. He mitigates the damage in the second, but the Freedom do take the game's first lead. It's a good omen. 1-0.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on. You belong at City. We are now hiring customer service agents to join the team at our Florence, Kentucky Customer Contact Center. Working at City certainly has its perks: tuition reimbursement, great pay, business casual dress code, and benefits day one. To discover a career at City and join our remarkable team, visit jobs.city.com/Florence. That is jobs.citi.com/Florence. City is an equal opportunity employer. Some early run support for the right-hander Daniel Williams. He has seen his Freedom hand him a 1-0 lead. So he takes over on the bump. In inning number 3, Gateway will send their 7, 8, 9 hitters to the plate as Williams has faced the minimum through his first 2 frames. Sean Dunston Jr., Gunnar Buhner, Anthony Ray, 7, 8, 9. Coming to the plate here in the top of the third, Freedom in front by 1. Same score we had after 9 innings last night. 1-0 Freedom. They're looking for a series victory and a quick 2-gamer with the Grizzlies that will cap their 12 games against each other this season. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody. Glad to be with you from UC Health Stadium here in Florence. Sean Dunston Jr. in the box. Ryan Rinsky will set up out. Here's Daniel Williams. First pitch fastball, hits the mitt, counts 0-1.
So his dad, obviously Sean Dunston, a Cub most of his career?
And the Indians as well.
Indians,
yeah.
That's right.
Righty's into the windup. Fastballs, line towards center, past the stretched out glove of Wobrock. It'll be fielded by Andre Mercurio. Good start for the Grizzlies. A second single. Gonna hand the bat to Gunnar Buhner. Nobody out, and Dunston at first.
Yeah, Wobrock ranged over to his left and gave it a leap, and with that guy's glove, you don't put anything past him there. Could have very easily brought that down, but no doubt base hit to start the inning here. And Gateway rocking the powder blues tonight. It's a good look.
It is a good look. I like these uniforms on the Grizzlies. They got the navy socks on, navy hats, but the powder blue jerseys with gray pants. First pitch swinging, Gunnar Buhner. Excuse me. It's a little tapper towards the Freedom first base dugout. Buhner and Sakurai, the two men with 2 hits last night. in game one between these two clubs. Trying to stay hot as the Grizzlies have the tying run aboard. Here's the 0-1, way outside.
Our fans helping us out again tonight, coming in from Salina, Kansas. Larry Milford comes in reminding us that Dunston was on the 84 Cubs that lost to the Padres.
Perfect. What's up, Milf? Glad to have you in the listening audience.
A veritable baseball encyclopedia that he is.
1-1, breaking ball swung on and missed. Yeah, there's no doubt. And I still remember the time Milford was on the broadcast with us back in the college days at Indiana Tech at Embry-Riddle. What a fun day that was.
Kindly commented how shallow the right fielder was playing with his
yes, he did.
brief appearance for a half inning on the air.
Did a great job with the details. Time called in the box. Daniel Williams will again utilize the opportunity to play a game of toss with the rosin bag, but he's quickly back. All business on the rubber. 1-2, breaking balls, chopped foul, disappearing in the Grizzly third base dugout. 1-2, Williams ahead.
Dunston just getting those huge leads again tonight. Both feet beyond the cut of the turf. I mean, I'm thinking you got to throw over with that kind of a lead.
26 stolen bases for Dunston this year, most in the Frontier League.
And look at that.
Those huge leads help him in his quest to steal bags. He takes off now. It's a hit and run and perfectly executed. A line drive into right field. Hit too hard for Dunston to try to go first to third. He'll pull up at second. Everybody moves up one base. Buhner does stay hot. Runners at first and second with nobody out for Anthony Ray.
That just looked a little awkward. Dunston got a tremendous jump to steal that bag. You get a line drive base hit to right with the runner moving and his speed, you'd think for sure he's going to go first to third. But he kind of held up at second like he wasn't sure that the ball was down. Kind of had to stutter step around the bag. I think a break for the Freedom there that it's not first and third.
Especially the way Dunston can run. Surprised he didn't try. Laying down a bunt on the first pitch is Ray, but it rolls foul past third. Counts 0-1. Williams in search of something down in the zone here to get him a ground ball. Anthony Ray does run well. But as Scott Sebald was able to do a couple of different times last night, in fact 3 in total. Get those double plays when you really need them. The Freedom are in on the edges, anticipating the bunt from Ray.
He's choked up again significantly here, unless he always does that.
0-1, he'll square around, lay down a bunt. It's a comebacker right to Williams. He's going to turn and fire to third base in time. Force out accomplished. Runners will still be at first and second, but now there's an out. And the lead man gunned at third base. If you're going to go there, you got to do it immediately. You can't hesitate. Daniel Williams knew exactly where he was going with that baseball, and it turns into a big first out.
That's just got to frustrate the manager of the Gateway Grizzlies, Phil Warren. Didn't get the bunt down in the first place, bunts it foul. Then he does get the bunt down, bunts it directly back to the pitcher, which is what you don't want to do in that situation. And his teammate, a sitting duck, trying to make it to third on that bunt.
Back to the top of the order, and Brent Sakurai. Williams in the stretch. Goes breaking ball, and well placed. Bender lands on the outside corner. 0-1 early.
So now instead of second and third with one out, you've got first and second, one out. Double play still intact, all because you could not execute a bunt.
0-1, big swing and a miss. Daniel Williams staying with the Uncle Chuck. Got the whiff. 0-2. Yeah, that would absolutely grind your gears back in the day.
Man, you wanted nothing. That was very frustrating to me when a hitter wouldn't get a bunt down.
Because you do come from a very similar school of baseball that Freedom manager Dennis Pelfrey has brought to Florence. Small ball, 0-2, ground ball, laying out, but it's past the glove of Connor Crane at first base. Rookie up with it in right field. Everybody again advancing just one base. So the bags are loaded with one out as a two-hole man, Connor Owings, comes to the plate.
Just shot it into right, just beyond the outstretched glove of Connor Crane at first base, who did the headlong dive to his right, trying to knock that ball down. Now you've got bases loaded, one out. And you think back this inning, they get a hit and run with a runner on first who was stealing. He doesn't make third. You don't get the bunt down. And somehow with all this action going on, they still do not have a run. But still very much in business. Bases loaded, one out.
First pitch on the way to Connor Owings, a tailing two-seamer that dove too far. Down and away for ball one. To me, what it sounds like is they really respect the throwing arm in right field of Ricky Ramirez Jr. who does pace Freedom outfielders with 6 outfield assists this year. 1-0 pitch, breaking balls, popped up out of play behind home plate, evens the count 1 ball and 1 strike. But the hit and run base hit was to right field, and even this one from Sakurai. Everybody going station to station as the ball was again in the webbing of Ricky Ramirez Jr.'s mitt out there and right. Does have a big-time arm. He's a 5-tool player here in Florence. 1-1 on the way to Owings. Chop to first. Crane, gloves. He'll turn, fire home. And they've got the Gateway Grizzlies in a rundown. Ryan Rinsky running the man back to third base before placing the tag. The ball's going to fall out of his mitt, but they get the out. And Crane stepped on first base first, so the tag applied a double play, and that's going to do it in the inning. Daniel Williams does get the double play he needed to keep the Grizzlies at bay. Freedom up 1-0. Coming to the plate, bottom 3 next at UC Health Stadium.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you, because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Bored? Looking for something different and exciting to do? Come to Full Throttle Indoor Karting and experience pure racing exhilaration. 40 miles per hour on huge indoor tracks. That'll do it. Full Throttle Indoor Karting has something for almost everyone. Check it out at GoFullThrottle.com. Come alone or bring your friends. With 2 locations, Springdale near Dave & Buster's and Florence just off the Turfway exit. We're close by. Full Throttle Indoor Karting. GoFullThrottle.com.
Right now at Fazoli's, get the $5 lunch. Pick 2 Fazoli's favorites, like our fettuccine Alfredo and a side Caesar salad. Or get lasagna with meat sauce and a slice of pepperoni pizza, plus a drink, all for $5. That's right, just $5. Choose from over 450 tasty combinations and get our unlimited signature garlic breadsticks when you dine in. Make plans to enjoy the $5 lunch at Fazoli's today. Fazoli's, life is better with breadsticks. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Back to the top of the order for the Freedom. Bottom 3, Florence in front of the Gateway Grizzlies, 1-0. Austin Wobrock in the box to face Rain Leckerman, and here comes the right-hander. A fastball sails outside for ball 1. Wobrock ahead 1-0. Aaron Brody and my dad, Troy Brody, with you from UC Health Stadium. Early stages, but an early lead for Florence tonight. Trying to make it a 2-game sweep of these Gateway Grizzlies. 1-0 pitch. Backs Wobrock off the plate. Nearly hit him at 87. 2-0.
What a frustrating top of the third for Gateway there. They get 3 hits, they load the bases, and don't score.
Fastball's on the inner half to Wobrock. Makes the count 2-1. Yeah, they certainly had their chances. Hit the baseball well in the inning. They've now doubled up the Freedom, as a matter of fact, in total hits today, 4-2. But still trail by 1 on the scoreboard. 2-1 pitch popped up out of play on the third base side. We'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with Wobrock, who's 0 for 1. Grounding into the over play his first time up. 3-1 put out.
Yeah, that last inning is a kind of an inning that makes Coach Phil Warren or manager Phil Warren pull his hair out. Didn't get the bunt down, didn't execute, and then you hit into a double play to end the inning. And it was a strange double play. I'll kind of unwind that one here in a little bit.
Slow chopper up the middle. Sakurai ranging in front of second, gloves it. He'll show his gun to first base. Again, Wobrock out by a half step. On a tremendous play by the shortstop showing his range. He ran and cut off Gunnar Buhner at second, fielding that chopper on the second base side of second base. They had enough on the throw to get Wobrock. That's a nice play.
Yeah, it was a nice play. He had all his momentum going towards first. Not often do you see a shortstop on the dead sprint cut in front of the bag at second, not behind the bag, in front of the bag, and field that ball on the second base side of the bag. That's a nice play right there.
Caleb Lopez in the box, and a first pitch. Fastball at 86 on the inside edge. 0-1.
And that double play that ended the last inning was a little bit of a calamity. A ground ball to first with the bases loaded, so he just stepped on first base. Crane did, and then you got the runner dead to rights coming home. And it turned into a bit of a rundown, so it was a lot going on that one play. But at the end of the day, failure to execute has this game still 1-0 Freedom.
Lopez swung and fouled off a foul ball on the previous pitch. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Lekman gets the sign and lowers the hands to the belt. The 0-2 pitch on the way, big breaker. Lopez knew it, no argument. Called strike 3. And 2 outs in the home side of the third.
Yeah, that's one of those strikeouts where you just know it, right? As soon as it crossed the plate, Lopez just started walking back to the dugout, like tipped his cap almost to the pitcher. That was a tremendous breaking ball. Looked like a late breaking ball.
Did the trick. So here comes Trevor Crayport. And he'll fall behind in the count, 0-1. He didn't like that call. Seeing a lot of batters showing their frustrations early in the count, and that doesn't tend to bode well during an AB. 0-1, he'll swing away and send a chopper foul past Dennis Pelfrey in the third base coach's box.
Yeah, Lyle Travis behind the plates, getting a few looks tonight, getting a few bats slammed to the ground, getting the pitcher kind of looking at him. So he's had 3-4 instances tonight where he's had people, let's just say, less than pleased with the strike zone.
And he's probably saying, look, guys, I'm the fill-in because of the normal umpire being stuck in traffic due to the Trump rally. Like, give me a break here. 0-2 on the way to Crayport. Never had a shot. Gets all the way to the backstop. A wild pitch. 1-2.
Yeah, somewhere out in all that gridlock traffic, we had an umpire sweating bullets, knowing there was no way he was going to get here.
And just lost a game's pay because of the Trump rally. 1-2. It's too far in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I wonder if he's a Trump fan.
Probably not anymore. Deuces all over the board. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hammered towards left center field. Too much air underneath, however. Sean Dunston Jr. tracks this one down on the warning track, backing up against the wall. He'll make the catch. Crayport shows his power again. But the score remains 1-0 as the Freedom send just 3 batters to the plate in their side of the third. So the Gateway Grizzlies come back to the dish, top 4, trailing by just 1 run on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2. Quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
This is Ryan Quarles, your Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture, here to remind you to buy Kentucky Proud at your local grocery, restaurant, and farmers market. When you buy Kentucky Proud, you're buying fresh, delicious foods for your family. And you're helping Kentucky farm families make a living. Ask for Kentucky Proud by name and look for Kentucky Proud products at kyproud.com. Buy Kentucky Proud.
Daniel Williams back on the bump, pitching with just a 1-run lead. Freedom in front. 1-0 scoring their 1 run in the second. The Gateway Grizzlies will send the heart of their order to the plate to face the right-hander here in inning number 4. Luke Lowry, Luis Roman, and Dustin Woodcock, the due-up trio of Gateway Grizzly hitters in inning number 4. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody, with you from UC Health Stadium, home of the Freedom. Renschke sets up out. First pitch on the way from Daniel Williams. Misses upstairs. It's 1-0. Lowry 0 for 1, a strikeout victim. His first time up. Enticing breaking ball, but laying off was Lowry, and that proved to be the right choice. Bender was a hair off the outside corner. It's 2-0. Right back to work is the right-hander. Swinging away and foul, tipping this one in and out of the mitt of the catcher, Renschke. was Luke Lowry, who's now in a 2-1 count. Two-one pitch, breaking ball on the inner half. Called a strike, 2-2. Williams in his first pro season. Signed on June 13th, got the win on the very same day. Breaking balls lined to center field, twisting away from Andre Mercurio and getting down in front of the center fielder. Lowry will be aboard. Hit it well, and another Grizzlies single. Starts the fourth.
Yeah, you've had the feeling in this series that they've been fortunate to keep Lowry at bay like they have. He was coming into this series like a 500 hitter over his last several series. And coming into this last at bat in this series, he was 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. So it's only a matter of time this guy's going to get you. He's got the freedom at other times this year. Minimal damage there, a single to start the inning.
Luis Roman in the box, and he wanted every bit of the first pitch breaking ball he got, but he didn't touch it. He'll fall behind 0-1. Roman is the everyday DH for Phil Warren's Grizzlies, and he has the best batting average on the club, 286 entering play today. Hasn't homered yet, has 9 RBIs, only his 23rd game with the Grizzlies. He'll swing and pop up a foul ball behind home plate. Ryan Rinsky sheds the mask, but will watch this fall in the 5th row for a second strike.
Well, if you're going to be the DH and that's your job is to hit and only hit, it kind of works that you got the best average on the team, right?
It does, but for some reason I always think the DH is going to be more of a power threat as well.
You're exactly right.
Surprised to see no digits in the home run category for a guy who every day is the DH.
And hitting fourth.
And hitting in the cleanup spot doesn't make that any less confounding. Breaking balls chopped towards third. This is going to be a foul ball. Pintor will play it on a backhand. Turn it into a souvenir.
So how about just the contrast tonight? So the cleanup hitter for Gateway has no home runs this year, and the Freedom number 9 hitter is their leading home run RBI guy.
Yeah, throw the rule book out in the Frontier League. All these guys can play, produce. 0-2 is a line towards short. Wobrock can't make the play on the tricky in-between hop. It rolls into center. This should be scored another base hit, and it is. Back-to-back singles have the Grizzlies in business. And inning number 4, nobody out. Runners at first and second.
Well, a similar start to the last inning. The Grizzlies got 3 hits in the last inning and didn't score. Here we are again. The first 2 get on base. So we talked earlier about the average against of 270 when Daniel Williams pitches for the Freedom. He's going to give up his hits. He's shown that all year. He's not going to walk guys. But here we are, first and second again. We'll see if they try the small ball route again. Now they're in the 5 hole in the order. Wouldn't surprise me.
Dustin Woodcock, the lefty, in the box. Here's the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses off the outer edge. It's 1-0.
You and I would butt heads over this through the years because I was a fan of bunting in certain situations regardless of who was up, and you would say, Dad, this is the 4 hitter, the 5 hitter. You don't bunt that guy.
I was the 5 hitter. I didn't want to bunt. 1-0, down and away for ball 2. But no, you've always stuck to your guns on that. You got 2 guys in the Grizzly spot here. If you got 2 guys at second and third, just 1 out, you should love your chances of tying the ball game up. That was always your thought.
That's
I
my
always
approach.
think your run producer's hitting the hard order for a reason. Let them go gap to gap, plate the runs, and don't sacrifice the out in the process. That was the clean version of a lot of arguments between me and the guy to my right on the baseball field growing up, or even on broadcast in years past. Dennis Pelfrey caught wind of you wanting to lay down a bunt one time with Caven Burgess in the box, and I had to answer for that after the game.
Well, you quickly distanced from that, let him know that it was me and not you.
Oh, absolutely. 2-0 pitch is lined foul out of play off the left side. Yeah, that was my dad, Dennis. I would never say something like that.
Literally confronted you like the next day about it. It might even have been that night.
It was that night, taking the box scores out. It was the old, so you thought I should have bunted Burgess, huh? I think Burgess, did he homer?
He homered. I'm on the air saying get the bunt down. You're like, why would you bunt him? And he hits a home run, much to my chagrin.
2-1 pitch on the way to Woodcock. Finds the outside corner for a called strike. It's 2-2. Man, that couldn't have worked out any better for me and worse for you in that spot.
Well, and I'll still take my chances over the long haul. I'm going to come out ahead more often than not on that one.
Did not square around at any point, did Woodcock in this at bat. He'll back away from an inside fastball as the count runs full. Daniel Williams will make you earn the runs you get. Gateway was not able to despite 3 singles just an inning ago. Payoff pitch on the way to Woodcock. Chop towards second. Lopez a long run and a slide. Won't get there. Everybody's going to be safe, and the bases are going to be loaded again for the Grizzlies as Phil Warren continues to play very cautious over there. Station-to-station advancement.
It was a kind of a slow-rolling base hit to right. I'm kind of surprised they didn't send him there. I feel like he would have scored, but I guess the conventional wisdom there is, why chance it? You've got bases loaded.
Nobody
out. You had a lack of execution last inning. Let's see if they can execute here. The ultimate threat in baseball, bases loaded, nobody out. And your catcher, Zach Taylor at the plate, who grounded out to short his last time up.
First pitch to him, splits the plate. It's called strike one.
I think Florence would take that ground ball to short right here and take a double play and give up a run for 2 outs.
Absolutely. Freedom lead right now, 1-0. The Gateway knocking on the door, taking their first lead tonight. 0-1 pitch, popped up on the infield. It's at second. Caleb Lopez telling everybody he's got it. And the second baseman's going to let this one fall. The infield fly should have been in effect.
And it was.
It's out. Number 1. Lopez trying to get a double play out of it. Decided not to squeeze the baseball, but the infield fly will be the fly in the ointment there. 1 out, everybody still safe at their respective bases. It's Luke Lowry at third, Luis Roman at second, Dustin Woodcock at first. All 3 Grizzly hitters singling in the inning. Sean Dunston Jr. to the plate. First pitch to him, misses at the eyes for ball 1.
Little action up in the Freedom bullpen right now. Dennis Pelfrey has seen 7 hits already.
Swinging a high fly ball to left field. Kenny Meimerstorff's going to be underneath this one. He'll catch. Tagging at third base is Lowry. The relay is to third. Now a late throw home, but not nearly in time. Lowry threw his slide at home plate. And we are all tied up 1-1, courtesy of the sacrifice fly from Sean Dunston Jr. here in the 4th.
Well, that got the job done. You knew as soon as he hit it, it was going to score the run. Relatively deep in left field. Florence just chooses to throw ahead of the runners and keep runners at first and second. You don't want to try to throw the guy out at home there, and then the circus begins with the base runners running around and advancing on the bases if you do have a bad throw. So good fundamental baseball there. Give up the run. You're tied 1-1. 2 outs, first and second.
Gunnar Buhner in the box. He's had a good series. He's got 3 hits. Breaking ball, called strike 1. It's 3 hits and 6 at-bats for Gunnar Buhner, hitting .500 in the series.
I'm being called out on social media for my tendency to bunt too often in that situation.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I got people on my side.
You've got people chiming in saying, calling me Gene Mock, one of the most conservative managers in baseball history.
0-1 pitch is off the plate. Breaking ball was down and away, 1-1.
So we've had a Johnny Walkenfuss moment last night and a Gene Mock reference tonight.
Old school names. The 1-1 to Buhner is a line drive towards the gap in right center field. This is well struck. It's going to get down and 1 hop off the wall. 1 run will score. Phil Warren's waving his second Grizzly runner. He'll score. And Gateway opens up a 3-1 lead on the 2-run double from Gunnar Buhner, who continues to hit the cover off the baseball in this series. Now 4 hits and 7 at-bats. 2 big RBIs on this knock.
Well, they're making up for their lack of execution in the third here in the 4th. Now, 8 base hits in this game, a 2-run double there. That looks like it's going to knock Daniel Williams out of the game. Out comes Dennis Pelfrey to the mound. He's already made the call to the bullpen. There will be a pitching change here. Now, can you see who's coming in here?
Looks like the lefty Hayden Wheeler to take over on the bump for the Freedom. Daniel Williams will go 3 2/3 and start number 9 tonight. Grizzlies in front 3-1. Stats and info on the incoming hurler Wheeler next on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
All right, Grizzlies, we want to take some time here to announce some more winners, so get your tickets out.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
At Compass Self Storage, we make it easier. We understand that storing your belongings is not a luxury, but a necessity. We're a proven self-storage leader focused on providing you with a friendly, professional, and clean place to store your items. Whether your concern is price, size, availability, or security, there is no need to look anywhere else. We provide it all. Give us a call today at any of our locations in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, or visit our webpage at compassselfstorage.com. Mention this ad and get your first month's rent for free.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Freedom now trailing the Gateway Grizzlies 3-1, still in the top of the fourth. One out to find, and the lefty Hayden Wheeler, the man looking for that out. He will face a 9-hole man, Anthony Ray, with Gunnar Buhner at second, fresh off his 2-run double, and has given the Grizzlies the 2-run lead. Lefty Wheeler sets at his belt. Grinsky sets up out. Here's the first pitch. Swinging away and fouling it off right back towards us is Anthony Ray, who falls behind 0-1. The numbers for Wheeler in relief this season, superb. A 1.83 ERA in 19 2/3 innings. This is his 13th appearance. Opponents hitting just 179 off the slightly built left-hander from Topeka, Kansas, and Tabor College, Hayden Wheeler.
Our old stomping grounds.
That's right. Fellow Rock Chalk Jayhawk. 0-1 Benders off the plate. Will even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wheeler with his number in strikeouts, 18. 6 walks, 3-1. Not going to throw it past you, but you just might swing and miss. Not going to blow it past you, I should say. Great off speed from the lefty, who's looking to find the outside edge, but will miss with the fastball. Falls behind Anthony Ray, 2-1. All 3 Grizzly runs scoring in this inning. And all 3 charged to Daniel Williams, with Gunnar Buhner at second, still on the Williams line. Should he cross? 2-1 pitch on the way to the lefty Anthony Ray. Good breaking ball, called strike 2. Deuces all over the board. Lefty sets at his belt, open from his set position, and the 2-2 pitch. Tapped weakly towards first, but foul. We'll do the 2-2 all over again.
The light's already on here tonight. A little bit, a half hour later start time than last night. Last night was the clear blue sky, high sun. A little cloudier tonight. Sun no longer a factor at all.
Whole field covered in a shade as night rolls in here in Florence. Lefty sets his 2-2 pitch to Anthony Ray. A late decision to swing, and he sends a 2-hop bouncer up the third base line, but foul. Count still 2-2.
Yeah, Ray looks like he's having a hard time picking up the rotation on the ball. His swings, he looks like he's just kind of flailing at the ball as it comes up. Last second stabs, late swings.
Really, Wheeler will do that to you. Lefty sets again. Rinsky sets up out. Couple of looks towards second where Gunnar Buhner's off to a walking lead. Big breaking ball, called strike 3. Ray frozen. And there's the Uncle Chuck from Hayden Wheeler. His strikeout pitch gets the strikeout he needed and the freedom needed to keep the Grizzlies with a 3 spot in inning number 4. Visitors in front now by 2 as the Freedom come to the plate. Bottom 4. It's a 3-1 game in Florence. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball, presented by Titan Mechanical Solutions.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Rohr Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Rohr at Rohr Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Rohr Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to rohrins.com. Call Alvin Rohr. Call the Rohr Agency today.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company. Four, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Freedom. They now trail the Gateway Grizzlies by 2, 3-1. Andre Mercurio digging in the left-handed batter's box to face the righty Rain Lekkeman, the Grizzly starter who's back out for more in the fourth. The Freedom have already gone to their bullpen tonight. Hayden Wheeler getting the final out in that 3-run top half of the fourth for Gateway. First pitch on the way from the righty. Strike on the outside black to Andre Mercurio. The count's 0-1. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody. Happy to bring you the call of more Freedom baseball here in Florence, Kentucky tonight. Freedom trying to keep a good thing going against the Gateway Grizzlies this season. They're 10-1 against the last place team in the West, but trailing by 2 tonight. Swing and a foul ball rolling towards the Grizzly third base dugout as Mercurio falls behind 0-2. Final line for Daniel Williams, the starter for the Freedom tonight. 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. So an abbreviated ninth start for Daniel Williams tonight. As Gateway was able to touch him for base hits. 0-2 pitch, up at the eyes. An easy take for Mercurio, who does not swing at pitcher's pitches. Way too disciplined, even in an 0-2 count. He'll work at 1-2. Bender, fly ball into shallow left field. Long run for Brent Sakurai from short, but he'll make it look easy on the running catch. The momentum carrying him into foul ground. Would have been a fair baseball, but Sakurai vacuums it up from short. Early out for the Freedom. And here comes Luis Pintor. Nobody on. 1 dead.
Yeah, Sakurai ran a long way to make that play down the left field line in foul territory between third base and left field. He was tracking it the whole way. Looked like there was no doubt. You knew he had plenty of real estate. Florence has quite a bit of ground in foul territory here for a player to make a play, and it came in handy there.
Time called by Pintor right as he got in the box. Mentioned earlier, Lekkeman likes to work with the quick tempo, quick pitch guys. Pintor not about that life. Here's a swing and a line drive, but snared at third base by Connor Owings. Ball was hit 150 miles an hour, but the third baseman threw the glove up. Turns Pintor into out number 2.
That is why it's called the hot corner. Just a trolley wire right to third base. Caught it right in his tracks. An old Denny Matthews reference there, the old trolley wire.
Denny Matthews.
The legend of Denny Matthews. Hall of Fame broadcaster for the Royals all those years. I used to like what he'd come up with for line drives. You know, laser, but the trolley wire was a good one.
That is a good one. I'm writing that down.
Smoked right to third there.
Ricky Ramirez Jr., the new Freedom hitter. 2 quick outs and nobody on. This 2-run game as a fastball crosses at the knees on the inner half. For a called strike 1 to Slick Rick.
I'm now being reminded of all the players who would never bunt in those situations, so I'm going to regret that ever came up.
Keep going, Adam Milf. Line drive with the bat of Ramirez, sinking quickly and over the glove of a leaping Brent Sakurai into left center field. A big round at first base, and they're going to throw behind Ricky. No, it's a pump fake from Gunnar Buhner at second. Ricky scurrying back into the bag. He's safe there. It's a 2-out single to extend the inning and bring up Kenny Meimersdorf with 2 outs.
Just a little blooper that dropped into short left center field. I really thought on contact that Sakurai was going to run that ball down. Gave it a leap at the last minute, just fell over his outstretched arm. So a harmless 2-out single thus far. If you're Gateway, that's how you're viewing it. If you're Florence, you're looking at this saying, here's a shot with 2 outs to maybe steal a run.
First pitch swing, another line drive, and again over the glove of a leaping Sakurai into left center field. Ricky Ramirez Jr. will round second. He's up standing at third base. Meimersdorf's content with the single after a big aggressive round at first. Runners on the edges. Some 2-out magic for the Freedom may be in order, and you just said it.
Yeah, that's how it starts, and you always said that back. I know when you played in your college team, it was just hand the bat to the next guy, hand the bat to the next guy. You're never out. You're never out of the fight. You're never out. And not that this is a fight. You're down 3-1 in the fourth, but it seems like a harmless inning. 2 out, nobody on. You get a bloop single. Okay, no big deal. Now another one, and suddenly now you got first and third 2 outs. And Florence is 90 feet away from somehow finding a way to scratch a run across when it looked like it was going to be a rather routine 1-2-3 inning.
Good start for Gateway, but good work with 2 outs for the Freedom as a first pitch fastball will find the inside edge to the catcher Ryan Rinsky, who's the next man up. Rinsky plated the 1 run on the scoreboard for the Freedom via sacrifice fly back in the bottom of the second. Going to require a base hit here, however, with 2 dead. And runners on the corners. And a 3-1 game, Gateway leads. Blakeman gets the sign. He's set at the belt. A slide step in his 0-1's popped up. Foul ground, third base side. This is going to have enough legs to get over the netting and out of play. To extend the at-bat for Rinsky, though he is in the 0-2 abyss.
It is an abyss.
Quite the abyss.
The higher level you go in baseball, you get down 2 strikes. It just makes the task so much more difficult. You're completely in really the control of the pitcher at this point. I think all you can do here is try to get yourself back to an even count, get it back on even footing.
Yep. Leckerman has shown in the early goings to waste a pitch 0-2. Got that in the back of your mind when you're in there, I'm sure. Here is the 0-2. It's a breaking ball that looked to be in the strike zone. Rinsky gets it well to left field, but it's going to stay on the field of play. And making the running catch is Anthony Ray. So the Freedom do threaten with 2 outs, get back-to-back singles to put runners on the edges, but a fly out ends the threat. It's a goose egg on the board for the Freedom. The Grizzlies hold on to their 2-run advantage as we move into inning number 5. 3-1 your score at UC Health Stadium. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball, presented by Titan Mechanical Solutions. Are you craving the crispiness of Donato's Pizza and the creaminess of Witt's Custard? Visit a one-stop shop for both cravings in Independence, Kentucky. Haven't had the chance to try Witt's yet? Well, you're in luck. Stop by the First Baseline concessions and get a scoop of made fresh daily Witt's Custard today. Donato's Pizza and Witt's Custard of Independence are proud supporters of Tasty Za, delicious desserts, and Florence Freedom Baseball. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
Back to the action, top 5. Gateway, the visitors in front of the Freedom 3-1. The Grizzlies trying to salvage a split in this quickie midweek series, a 2-gamer that will cap the season series between the Freedom and Grizzlies in 2019. Florence has owned this matchup really since the Dennis Pelfrey era began back in 2015, but 10-1 are the Freedom against these Grizzlies this year. But the West Division has gotten very interesting, and the Freedom need to make this a 2-game sweep of Gateway to keep the hot Evansville Otters at bay, who are just 2 games behind the Freedom and playing their best baseball in the second half of the season. Back to the top, the order in Brent Sakurai, still facing lefty Hayden Wheeler. First pitch fastball is going to cross at the knees on the inside half. Wheeler ahead of Sakurai 0-1. Hayden took the rubber with 1 out to find in the 3-run fourth for the Grizzlies. Retired the first man he faced to quell the rally. Back out there for his first full inning here. Has the 1-2-3 to work with as a breaking ball misses the old back foot breaking ball. Sakurai laid off and it's 1-1. Lefty nods in agreement, lowers his hands to the ready right up against his belt. Here's the 1-1 to Sakurai. It's a breaking ball that stayed up in the zone. 2 balls and a strike to the leadoff man. Sakurai, a 270 hitter. 5 dingers. 22 RBIs in the leadoff spot. His best power numbers in his 3-year career with the Grizzlies. He takes a mighty rip but comes up empty on this fastball. Evens the count, 2-2.
Looking at our listeners tonight and our viewers, we're back on in Lubbock, Texas again tonight. One of the biggest baseball fans out there and a Freedom fan, Blake Brody, listened to the Freedom again tonight.
Awesome. 2-2 is down and in. Ryan Rinsky thought it was going to be called strike 3. He was up out of the chute. Did not throw it around, however, and that would have been a major show up we talked about earlier. Able to avoid it, but no, that's awesome. Blake's in the listening audience. What's up, man? Glad to have you back on.
No stranger to listening and watching baseball. How many years did he log all 162 Atlanta Braves games?
I would say every year of the Chipper Jones era. The fastball is too far inside. Brent Sakurai trotting to first base with a leadoff walk. A bit of an inauspicious start for Wheeler and the Freedom here in the top of the 5th. First free pass of the night. Daniel Williams did not walk anybody in his 3 2/3 innings. Gateway has shown the ability to hit their way to productive innings, however. 8 knocks tonight for the visitors. Connor Owings in the box now, and the first pitch fastball is going to miss down as Wheeler does a 360 in his follow-through in frustration after burying the fastball to start the sequence with Owings 1-0. Lefty pauses from the set. Long pause. Now I like the leg, and the 1-0 is way outside. Bender ran wild. 2 balls, no strikes to Owings after the leadoff free pass.
So the 806 in Lubbock continues to represent.
It's awesome. Taking these Freedom games national. 2-0 pitch. Hammered to right field. A line drive is a no-doubt base hit for Owings. Station-to-station advancement as the Grizzlies have shown all night. Content with just taking the next base. Wilbrock will snap a throw behind Owings. Always looking to get that out you never saw coming, but nothing doing on this one. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Gateway. As a 3-hole man, Luke Lowry comes to the plate with 2 guys on again.
We talked about Lowry his last time up. He got a base hit. We've been kind of keeping him at bay. I was going to say in this series, really it's a 2-game series, and this game's half over, but we've kept him at bay, got a base hit his last time up. Not the guy you want to see at the plate here with first and second, nobody out. Gateway now with the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up.
Doing a good job building these threats with nobody out now in 3 straight innings. Big swing and a miss on an early breaking ball. Lowry trying to park it. Falls behind 0-1.
Rocking the number 44. Wonder how many, you go through history, how many 3-4 hitters wore number 44. I'd say pretty common.
A good amount. Adam Dunn was the first one that came to mind for me. Back to the breaking ball in the 0-1. It skips to the plate, evens the count. Mr. October wear 44?
Reggie Jackson, I believe he did. I'm sure I'll hear from Milf or...
Oh, Milf will have a litany.
Milf, give us some famous number 44s in baseball history. I'm thinking like Willie McCovey. I'm thinking, I should know that. Reggie Jackson, I think he was.
1-1 fastballs on the inside corner for a called second strike. Surprised I'm already sputtering here after 2.
After I rocked how many there are, and then you call
well,
me out.
Well, it's kind of a random number. It's not 25. 25 is the
44.
ultimate power number.
You're thinking because of Barry Bonds?
Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, basically all those guys that hit 70. 1-2.
What those two guys ever do as far as power?
Mark Teixeira, 25. Andrew Jones, 25s come easier. 44s.
But I did say old school, old-time baseball.
What did Steve Alboni wear? The Royals. 36 or something?
Yeah, I think it was 36. At one time held the Royals record for home runs with a...
Held on to that record for like 3 decades, I believe.
It was like in the 30s, you know.
1-2 chopper played on a backhand at third by Pintor. He'll step on the bag at third. Hose to first base in plenty of time. Luis Pintor, ladies and gentlemen. He pounds his fist into his mitt, nodding at Hayden Wheeler, saying, here we go. 2 big outs for the Freedom. We want to keep the Grizzlies right here at 3-1. Connor Owings did move up 90 feet to second. But now Hayden Wheeler is 1 pitch away from a goose egg in the top of inning number 5 as Luis Roman digs in.
That was a tremendous play. A hot shot to third. He backhands it, steps on third, fires across the diamond. Kind of the shortstop throw, you know, where it just throws across your body. He had to do that as he was stepping on third, and momentum taking him away from first base as he had to run to the bag at third before throwing to first. Had to just throw across.
Daylight move to second base. Wheeler just picked off Owings. Wobrock crashing behind the runner. The timing play works to perfection. The Freedom salvaging some momentum in this top of the 5th. They trail by 2, but all business as they get back in their first base dugout. In a 2-run game at UC Health Stadium. This one's going to get interesting. Keep it locked on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. You belong at City. We are now hiring customer service agents to join the team at our Florence, Kentucky Customer Contact Center. Working at City certainly has its perks: tuition reimbursement, great pay, business casual dress code, and benefits day 1. To discover a career at City and join our remarkable team, visit jobs.city.com/Florence. That is jobs.citi.com/Florence. City is an equal opportunity employer.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
When your truck is broken down, where do you turn for extensive repairs at a reasonable cost? Look no further than Taylor Truck and Auto Repair. We pride ourselves on being the premier source for truck and auto servicing in the area. In addition to our quality work, we offer 24-hour road assistance and towing for large trucks and automobiles. We can also perform work on RVs. We're located 2 minutes off the Mount Zion Road or Richwood Road exits on Dixie Highway in Walton, Kentucky. Taylor Truck and Auto Repair. Call 859-918-6122.
Freedom have a little momentum. Nice Houdini act on the bump by Hayden Wheeler, escaping back-to-back singles to start the top of the 5th, turning it into a scoreless frame, picking off Connor Owings at second to end the inning. It's the 9-1-2 due up for the Freedom to face Rain Letkeman. First pitch swinging, Connor Crane. It's a hard ground ball, but foul down the third base line. He'll fall behind 0-1. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium, and all Brody broadcast here in the finale with the Gateway Grizzlies. Freedom trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I got a little vindication here as our fans in the 806. Blake chimes in with number 44. How about Hank Aaron?
Oh, sheesh.
Reggie Jackson and Willie McCovey.
0-1 breaking ball swung on and missed. Crane falls behind 0-2. I got Reggie Jackson. You got Willie McCovey, and we all forgot Hank Aaron.
Yeah. But you had Barry
There you
Bonds,
go.
and we were also reminded that Gary Cox wore 25.
Oh, yeah.
So Dewey Cox, for all you baseball fans out there, look him up.
Yeah.
He'd be on the Easy Street website.
The king of crash for the Easy Street softball team, no doubt.
And the best donkey impersonation in America.
No doubt about that, too. Fastball is fouled back to the screen. It'll still be 0-2 as Leckerman tried to sneak that one past the 9-hole man, but Crane got the foot down, put a good swing on it. I'll hope to straighten it out if he gets it again. Crane 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging tonight. Just a second at bat as Leckerman has worked quickly, allowing just one Freedom run back in the second on a sacrifice fly. Freedom with just 4 hits tonight. Crane will call time and step out, cinch up the batting gloves, and dig back into the right-handed box, swinging that gray-barreled bat with the blonde handle. Old school Franklin white batting gloves. 0-2 plunks him in the hip. That'll help. Crane will take his base. He's a strong guy. He'll wear that one proudly in a 2-strike count. Good speed at first base for the Freedom to start the inning as Austin Wobrock, the leadoff man, steps to the plate.
Not a bad spot to get hit if you're going to get hit. He kind of turned his body away from it and took it on his backside. Look, of course, if it's right on the hip bone, that could be painful, but it looked like it got a lot of skin and not much bone there, so they'll take it. Got that tying run of the plate now. I think at this point in the game, you're halfway through. You can start talking about tying run of the plate, can't you? Or is it still too early to reference the fact that the tying runs in the plate in the 5th inning of a 9-inning game?
I still think it totally qualifies. Wobrock went after a first pitch bender, fouled it off out of play off to the left. Just giving the listeners the knowledge.
Well, we have knowledgeable listeners out there.
That we do. I know that. Leckerman will step off ahead of the 0-1 toss to Wobrock. Take the hat off, wipe the sweat off his brow, and dig right back on. As Zach Taylor cycles through the signs again. Righty gets to one he wants. Slide steps, 0-1. Wobrock showed bunt. It's in and out of the mitt of the catcher Taylor. And how about Connor Crane sliding into second base? Read that perfectly. As soon as Zach Taylor didn't squeeze it cleanly, Crane was headed to second. Taylor had a trouble trying to locate the baseball, never even gave himself a shot. So Wobrock showing bunt to move Crane to second. Likely might keep it on to move Crane to third, but we'll see. Crane's run's not all that instrumental. It does make the Freedom 1 run closer. Do you give up an out trying to move that 1 run 90 feet when he's already in scoring position? The 1-1 on the way. Bunts off. It's a line drive twisting towards right center field. This is going to drop in for a base hit. Connor Crane's going to score. The throw is going to go to second where Wobrock is upstanding with a double. No bunt necessary. Wobrock brings the Freedom within 1 with an RBI double. And here come the Florence Freedom in the bottom of the 5th. Still nobody out.
And you knew Crane was going to score there because Wobrock put that right in the gap. You were certain it wasn't going to plug the gap and roll all the way to the wall, but both outfielders had to run sideways to get to the baseball, so there was no chance they were going to throw the runner right at home. So a good hustle and double there by Wobrock.
Handing the bat to the next guy. Caleb Lopez steps in. The usual 3 holes, up a spot in the 2 spot today. But a good run producer, especially in clutch situations. Fastball will start him 0-1. He was on the outside edge. Lopez is the guy you went up there when you're trailing by 1 with the tying run at second base. These are the moments it seems like Lopey always comes through. He's got 5 homers in the 3 spot this year. He'll go after a breaking ball, serve one into right field, shallow. Dustin Woodcock, a nice running catch. He'll show his gun towards second, but Wobrock back in plenty of time to stay out of the double play. Lopez retired for the first out of the frame, and Trevor Crayport digs in a 1-run affair.
Yeah, Wobrock on second broke for third on contact, so obviously no chance of him tagging up going to third on a fly ball to right. He was already heading towards third, so he had to retreat, run back to second, made it back safely. Still standing there with one out now in a 3-2 game. Always got to know the value of your run. We talked about that a lot with our club. He knows he's the tying run. He cannot be doing anything right now to run them out of a chance here to tie this game.
Leckerman stepped off, took a look towards second, but nobody was there. Wobrock back to the base and then quickly back off to a walking lead. Leckerman again steps off. He's worried about that tying run. Crayport 0 for 2 today. Still looking for his first Freedom hit. And day number 2 in the crimson and white. Fastball's down and away. Snatched up in a backhand by Taylor. Counts 1-0 to the 3-hole man. .87-mile-an-hour fastball squeezes the outside corner, evens the count. The ball and a strike. Righty readies in his 1-1 offering to Crayport. It's too low for ball 2. Righty gets the one he wants, sets again. His 2-1 pitch. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. East-west curve. Got the whiff. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes, but Crayport, who's fresh out his affiliated career in the Orioles organization. Played in Baltimore for 3 seasons. Or in the organization, I should say. It's as high as Advanced A. Frederick Keys. 2-2 pitch to him. Popped up. Shallow in right center field. Dustin Woodcock's going to get to this one in the power alley. Wobrock's going to try to tag from second to third. Look at the gun from Woodcock, but it's a few steps away from third base, so Wobrock will slide in safely. He's 90 feet away with 2 outs in a 3-2 game. Here comes Andre Mercurio.
Yeah, Wobrock sliding into third there ahead of the throw, nearly slid past the bag. This artificial turf infield can be slick at times, and he literally had to reach back with his hand and hook himself on the bag to avoid sliding right to say hello to his third base coach and his manager.
It can be tough. We've seen a few different times this year. Guys oversliding bags here at UC Health Stadium.
That'd have been frustrating. You beat the throw, you slide in safely, and slide right on past the bag.
That would have been. Good breaking ball starts Mercurio 0-1. The RBI double from Austin Wobrock has brought the Freedom within 1 in a 3-2 game. Mercurio can orchestrate a little 2-out magic here. The Freedom can tie it. He's a great situational hitter in an 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and a good one from Letkeman. 0-2.
Well, the wind died down out here. The flag out in right center field is literally hanging limp. When it has been moving and the wind's been blowing out towards right center, the ball appears to carry on the right side tonight. But right now, nary a breeze.
0-2 pitch, back foot breaking ball, a good idea. Mercurio started to go, but he did not go around. And the count will be 1-2. Andre, a .417 hitter with runners in scoring position this year, but with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, it goes down to .286, but still knocking on the door of around a .300 hitter in this very spot. Wobrock 90 feet away at third base, but the count is 0-2 on the cleanup man, Mercurio, and Letkeman will step off ahead of a big 1-2 pitch, rather. Breaking ball missed down and in. Righty gets the sign. Here's his 1-2. Breaking balls chopped towards first and foul. Played by Drew Martinez, Freedom hitting coach. He's eyeing the right fan to give it to. He found him.
Nice little play there. Backed up and played it on the nice big hop, belt high. How fun was that coach's show you did when you had them all sitting in the circle?
Man, yeah, that was top notch. Top notch. Episode 6, I believe. All those Dennis Pelfrey shows archive on the Freedom Focus YouTube channel. Look them up. 1-2, Bender hit hard on the ground, but to second. Gunnar Buhner ranging to his left, scoops it up. On to first base in time. Mercurio and the Freedom retired in the 5th, but they do answer with a run. Pull themselves within 1 in a 3-2 game as we move to the 6th. The RBI double from Lobrock has made it 3-2 at UC Health Stadium on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
The exciting new 2018 Toyota Camry is here. With more power, more innovation, and the most advanced safety features standard. Camry's jaw-dropping designs include the premium XLE with everything at your command, and the sporty, aggressive XSE. 19-inch wheels, dual exhaust with quad chrome tips. The car you've been waiting for is here. For all Toyota offers, see your Toyota dealer or go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Why should you choose City Barbecue Catering?
I did a wedding tasting for City Barbecue Catering. Going with them for my wedding was a no-brainer. Their full-service catering left us with nothing to worry about. They took care of everything.
I fed 20 people, and man, people went to town on that beef brisket.
Thanks to the service and great food, this night was great.
The food was unbelievable. My fiance and I were so proud to serve this meal to our friends.
Visit one of City Barbecue's 5 area locations or order from the catering menu at citybbq.com.
BJ's Restaurant and Brew House has been serving up a one-of-a-kind brew house experience for 40 years. With over 120 menu items to choose from, featuring their California spin on Chicago-style deep dish pizza, specialty entrees, salads, loaded burgers, enlightened entrees, as well as the world-famous Pizookie dessert, and award-winning handcrafted beers, they obsess over bringing you nothing but good times. Don't wait. Come into BJ's Restaurant and Brew House today. Lefty Hayden Wheeler will come back out for the top of the 6th. He has spanned an inning and a third in relief of the right-hander Daniel Williams tonight. Looked good. Hung a 0 in his first full inning. Retired the first man he faced to get out of a jam in a 3-spot the Grizzlies put up in the 4th. But another one-run affair as it stands right now. The Freedom trailing 3-2 to the Gateway Grizzlies, who will send their 4-5-6 hitters to the plate here in inning number 6. And it starts with Luis Roman, the DH, and a lefty who steps in now. Lefty-lefty battle to start inning number 6 here in Florence, Kentucky. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody. Pleasure as always to bring you the call of Florence Freedom Baseball on this Freedom Broadcasting Network. Big bender on the first pitch from Hayden Wheeler, and it crosses the outside corner. He's ahead of the cleanup man 0-1. It was Roman in the box when the top of the 5th inning ended. So Wheeler picked to second and got his man to escape the jam. 0-1 on the way. Back to the breaking ball and back to the outside black. 0-2. Grizzlies out hitting the Freedom 9 knocks to 5 and leading by 1 on the scoreboard. Neither team has made an error in this game or the series. As both teams played error-free baseball in last night's opener, a 1-0 win for the Freedom. Inside pitch, fouled back to the screen. Count will remain nothing but strikes to Luis Roman, 0-2. Lefty looks in for the sign. Takes a big deep breath as he gets the one he wants from Rinsky, who will set up out and way out. For this 0-2, here it is. Breaking ball just off the corner. A tremendous idea in the 0-2 count. That's a waste pitch. He didn't miss by much. But it is 1-2 as Roman was disciplined. Fights back, 1-2. Quick consensus reach by the battery mates. Here's Wheeler's 1-2. It's popped up. Third base side. Looks like it'll stay on the field of play for Luis Pintor. His momentum's taking him towards that cinder block barrier, but Luis will make the catch and get a high five from the fan. One early out in the 6th.
Yeah, he kind of casually glided over. Couldn't really tell if it was going to stay in play or not. It looked like it might drift out of play, but literally made the play right in front of the fan and rewarded him with a souvenir.
And the high five. That's why you love Luis Pintor. He makes it so much fun for the fans to come watch him play, this Freedom team play. He lays it all on the line, does little things like that. That's something that guy's going to remember. He's going to go home and tell that story.
Absolutely. That was cool.
Went to the yard and got a high five from the flashy third baseman, Luis Pintor.
Absolutely.
In Double-A with the Marlins last year. First pitch swing, Dustin Woodcock gets a high fly ball into shallow center, but it's going to be played by the shortstop, Austin Wobrock, 2 steps in to left center field. Woodcock retired as Wheeler continues to sit him down. 2 quick outs. Zach Taylor, the next man up. So we've talked on and on about the one-run affairs for the Freedom of late. Did you know the Freedom have played 4 straight one-run games, and 7 of their last 8 have been decided by 1 run.
Yeah, that's just that. We're going to the bullpen here.
Potentially, Dennis Pelfrey is out of the first base dugout for the Freedom. A slow walk towards the bump, and I'm seeing the bullpen
called for a right-hander.
Swing open. And he does call for the righty. Wheeler looked good in relief tonight, but someone else will be tasked with finding the third and final out here in inning number 6. Stats and info on the incoming Freedom hurler. The other end of this short minute-and-a-half break on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
Nothing like Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis to start my day off, right? The food is always hot and served with a smile.
I love Chick-fil-A breakfast, served daily until 10:30 a.m.
I spend my mornings at Chick-fil-A and my nights with the Florence Freedom for the perfect summer day. Let freedom ring.
Chick-fil-A Fort Wright, Houston Road, and Mall Road are proud to sponsor Florence Freedom Baseball this season. So come on in today. Quit stalling.
Looking for a career change? Opportunities knocking. Beckfield College can guide you into a career direction including healthcare, nursing. You can even get your business degree. Call Beckfield today and train to get the skills you need to be a medical assistant, LPN, RN, BSN, or get on the path to a business career. Opportunity is knocking. Classes start soon. Get to beckfield.edu or call 866-961-9393. That's 866-961-9393.
On in search of the final out in the visitors' side of the 6th. Another newcomer for the Florence Freedom. The tall right-hander Cameron Viege makes his debut. With 2 outs already found in this top of the 6th. Freedom trailing 3-2 to the Gateway Grizzlies. Viege 6'4", 190. For those keeping track at home, is the exact measurements of Freedom closer Jonathan Tripp. Now, just another starter in the Freedom 5-man rotation, Jonathan Tripp. Tall, lanky right-hander, throws hard. Out of League City, Texas. Fresh off his college career at Texas Wesleyan, the powerhouse at the NAIA level that I actually ran into with Indiana Tech back in 2013. Boy, were they good. Viege wouldn't have been on that team. He's a little bit younger than I am. He'll turn 25 this year in October. First pitch on the way from Viege in 91, but down and away to Zach Taylor, the Gateway Grizzly catcher, who's trying to extend the inning for the visitors in this one-run affair. Aaron Brody, alongside my dad, Troy Brody, with you from UC Health Stadium, and the capper between the Freedom and Grizzlies Fastball gets away from Vij and rolls to the backstop. 2-0. Maybe a little bit of an adrenaline rush making the pro debut.
He's throwing hard too, but it looks like he's slipping on his plant foot on both those pitches. So he's got to get, might be a little mental thing. Need to get comfortable with the footing on the mound.
Another fastball is going to find its way to the backstop. Back-to-back wild pitches from Vij, and he falls behind Taylor 3-0.
And once again, kind of looks down at the turf as he slips, as he plants. So he's not landing comfortably with that front foot and kind of falling a little bit to the side awkwardly on his follow-through.
Always from the stretch is the right-hander who will just miss upstairs. Fastball had the heart of the plate, but it was above the belt for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to the catcher, Taylor. It's going to bring up Sean Dunston Jr. as the Grizzlies aren't done yet. Inning number 6. Final line for Hayden Wheeler in relief tonight. 2 complete innings spanning 3 different frames. Allowed 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Got the final out in the 4th. Everybody in the 5th and the first 2 here in inning number 6.
Now Gateway trying to do the same thing here. You know, the first 2 guys making out. You get a walk, and now you're thinking maybe they can string something together and score a run. Another pitch in the dirt. So
it's 5 straight wide of the mark for the righty, who's now down to the count 1-0 to Sean Dunston Jr.
You might be thinking about taking here till you get a strike. He just has not looked comfortable on any one of his pitches.
1-0. Dunston squared around to bunt, pulled back, and we'll see this fastball called a strike on the outer half. Count evens up 1-1. Possibly just some gamesmanship from Dunston there. Trying to get in the head of the pitcher who's struggling to find the zone. 1-1 pitch now on the way. Dunston will not square around again. He's a very fast runner, but with 2 outs, he's not bunting. A fastball backed him off the plate. 2 balls and a strike to Dunston, and Vij sets again. Righty deals, nearly hits Sean Dunston Jr. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch off the outside edge. Back-to-back walks for Vij. Runners at first and second for the Gateway Grizzlies. Still 2 outs, 1 pitch away. But a tough out coming to the plate, and Gunnar Buhner and Brian White out of the Freedom first base dugout. He's going to want to have a chat with Cameron Vij. So for the first time tonight, we will welcome our watching audience on the YouTube live stream into the broadcast booth here. Aaron Brody, Troy Brody with you. Another 1-run affair here in the, now you can say, middle stages. Freedom behind 3-2, and man, if they are battle-tested in these 1-run games, maybe they're starting to feel at home in situations like this, but Gateway not going down quietly tonight.
Yeah, these are the kind of situations that'll test you for the postseason, right? Another tense game here, getting late, getting into the final portion of the game. You hate to see this, though. 2 walks put you under the gun right here. You're not really comfortable on the mound, but like you said, 1 pitch away, and that's the mindset you got to have as a pitcher.
Brian White likely just out there to make sure he's comfortable, telling him he is 1 pitch away. Just need a strike. Trust your defense behind you. Go right after this guy. But Gunnar Buhner is 4 for 7 in this series. And 2 for 2 tonight. He digs in the box. 2 men on. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. This is not the guy the Freedom have wanted to see step in. He's working on the first base side of the rubber, and a first pitch fastball will sail in the left-handed batter's box. 91. He's got good velo, but he's having a difficult time finding the zone as more action has started in the Freedom bullpen out there in right. Some very dark, ominous clouds making their way directly over top of UC Health Stadium as well as the winds pick up. Fastball will find the outer third. Even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Buhner.
And you know, maybe Dennis had guys up in the bullpen anyway. I didn't look out there and notice, but not surprising to see some commotion out there after 2 straight walks.
Fastball's down and away. Makes the count 2-1 to Buhner.
Don't want to fall behind this guy. He's a tough enough hitter the way it is. You fall behind in the count, makes him an even better hitter.
Got good genes. Jay Buhner was a pretty decent hitter back in his day. He's the son of Jay as a fastball crosses the outside corner. Makes the count 1-2. Buhner hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder. Was behind in the count.
Now you're right, it feels a little different weather-wise. The wind's starting to pick up. It is looking a little darker. I haven't checked the radar. It certainly doesn't look good.
1-2 pitch. Chopped foul off himself in the batter's box. We'll do it again. We are through 5 complete, however. So should we have a rain delay tonight, the determination could be made that we've played enough innings. Freedom would certainly hate that. Trailing by 1 on the scoreboard. They'd be willing to wait out any kind of delay. Play baseball tonight, 10-1 against the Grizzlies this season. The team that likes to strike late in games. Fastball will miss up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gunnar Buhner, and because of the fact that we have not seen Cameron Vige locate the fastball yet, I don't think he's thrown any of his secondary pitches. He's still trying to establish the heat. Two-two pitch on the way. Fastball's just off the outside edge. That was a 3-2 pitch. It's another walk. So I beg your pardon on that. Count 3-2. So it's back-to-back walks for Cameron Vige, and the bases are loaded, and Dennis Pelfrey is back out. He'll make another pitching change. So not the debut that Cameron Vige had in mind. He came in and walked 3 straight batters, sets up a bases-loaded situation with 2 outs as the Freedom go to the bullpen again. Here in inning number 6. 3 pitchers to toe the rubber for Florence as they try to find 3 outs in this frame. Keep it locked on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Let's see, banks that have come and gone since 1904. Well, I know one that's not. There are a number of reasons why Stockyards Bank continues doing business today. Some of it's about sticking to the things that got them here, like personal service, banking the way it used to be. And still, they fit quite nicely in today's world. They don't charge you to use any ATMs anywhere. And if your phone's on, they're open. Get to know more about them at syb.com. Stockyards Bank and Trust Company. Trusted relationships from a trusted partner. Member FDIC.
Taylor Truck and Auto Repair, servicing all your local automotive and towing needs. 24-hour roadside and towing assistance are available. AAA accredited, family owned and operated. We'll even throw in a 10% labor discount for active military and veterans. 151 Dozier Drive in Walton, Kentucky. Call 859-918-6122. That's 859-918-6122.
After 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th inning, 3 straight walks have given the Gateway Grizzlies a little bit of life. They already lead the Freedom 3-2. Third pitcher takes over on the bump for the Freedom in this 6th frame. It's Chris Irwin. Lefty's in his 3rd week as a member of the Florence Freedom. Stands at 6 foot, 170 pounds, out of Grayson, Georgia. Last with the Sussex County Miners in the Can-Am League before coming over to play for Dennis Pelfrey's Freedom. He is squaring off with the 9-hole man, Anthony Ray, with nowhere to put him but 2 outs. In a 3-2 game, the Grizzlies lead. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody, with you from Florence, Kentucky, where weather appears to be on the way as the breaking ball will miss outside on the first offering from the lefty, Chris Irwin.
Checking the radar, it does look like there's some nasty stuff out there, but it appears to be above us or to the north. So, and it's moving to the west.
Big
or to
swing
the
and a
east.
miss at a fastball. Going to even the sequence 1-1. Hayden Wheeler got the first 2 outs in the inning. Cameron Viege made his debut afterwards and walked the bases loaded to bring in Irwin. So 3 pitchers in this inning, 4 in total tonight. Toe in the rubber for the Freedom. A fastball is fouled back to the screen. Irwin going right after Anthony Ray. It's 1-2. Numbers for Chris in relief this season. Off to a good start with the Freedom. He's got a 1-0 record. 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. He will sit down batters. Breaking balls flailed at. Chopped foul off the first base side. Anthony Ray fooled on that pitch, but protecting with 2 strikes. The count remains 1-2.
That was a good self-defense swing there, right? That's what they teach you as a hitter when you're down in the count 1-2. Just, you got to survive in advance, right? Just stay alive in the box. Foul off good pitches. He just did that right there.
Irwin's ERA a bit elevated at 6. That's because of 1 3-run homer he allowed in the Evansville Otters series in his debut appearance. Good breaking ball, checking his swing, but going around too far was Anthony Ray. Chris Irwin comes in and strikes out the first man he faces. So the Grizzlies will not add to their lead in the 6th. It's still a 1-run game as the Freedom come to the plate in the bottom half. 3-2 your score at UC Health Stadium on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, one of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Ryan Quarles, your Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture, here to remind you to buy Kentucky Proud at your local grocery, restaurant, and farmers market. When you buy Kentucky Proud, you're buying fresh, delicious foods for your family. And you're helping Kentucky farm families make a living. Ask for Kentucky Proud by name and look for Kentucky Proud products at kyproud.com. Buy Kentucky Proud.
White Castle asks, do you like deals? Do you like cheesy sliders? Well, how about deals and cheesy sliders? Because for your limited time delight, the Castle's got 2 cheese slider deals. The $4.99 combo meal for you and the shareable $7.99 sack of 10 for your crew. Try them with any cheese you please, like fiery ghost pepper. Yep, it's back. White Castle. Now that's a bold move. While supplies last, tax extra.
Here's a breakdown for you. Freedom trail by 1 in the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 the score. The Gateway Grizzlies in front trying to salvage a series split in this quickie midweek series, a 2-gamer that will complete the 12 games the Freedom and Grizzlies will play in 2019. The Freedom have owned this matchup in 2019, 10-1, trying to improve to 11-1 with a win tonight, but they'll have to come back from behind here in the 6th or later in a 3-2 game. Luis Pintor will be the first man up for the Freedom. Ricky Ramirez Jr. will follow. Kenny Meimersdorf rounds out the doo-up trio, 5, 6, 7 for the Freedom. A new arm taking over on the bump for the Gateway Grizzlies for the first time tonight. Rain Leckerman's outing has come to a close. The righty looked good through 5 complete innings. He allowed 5 hits, allowed 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And now the lefty with terrific numbers, Patrick Boyle, takes over to face the lefty-laden lineup for the Freedom. But Boyle snubbed from the All-Star game this season despite terrific numbers all season. 33 strikeouts in 26 innings of work. And a first pitch breaking ball finds the inside edge for a called strike to Luis Pintor. It's 0-1. Opponent's hitting just 145 off this southpaw. 33rd appearance for the lefty. His ERA at 3.46. That's elevated since the last time we've seen him. Good breaking ball swung on and missed this time by Luis. He's seen nothing but deuces. That's also the count, 0-2. Gateway scoring all 3 of their runs in the 4th. The Freedom with 1 run in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th to pull within 1. The visitors out hitting Florence by 4, 9 hits to 5. Neither team's made an error as we sit here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Home plate umpire Travis Lyle calling a meeting of the minds out there. He's got Boyle.
Looks like the catcher's getting a little bit of attention here.
Good call. Jeff Manzo, the trainer for the Gateway Grizzlies, had snuck out there to evaluate Zach Taylor, so that's why there was a delay. Lyle Travis just out there cutting up with the Grizzly players in front of the mound.
Kind of a courtesy thing in baseball, right? Whenever a hitter fouls one off himself or the catcher needs attention, everybody just kind of gives them space, distances,
sure.
including the umpire there. And I wonder if they were talking about what to get for a wedding gift, like candlesticks or whatever, with that Bull Durham scene.
Lefty Boyle is set. He's ahead of Pintor 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball's down and in at 90. One ball and 2 strikes to the Freedom 5-hole hitter, Luis Pintor, who has torched the baseball a couple of times today. He's got a double, but he also lined out to third on an absolute bullet. That was corralled by Connor Owings. 1-2 off-speed pitch, stays off the outside edge. It's 2-2 as Pintor has worked it back even.
Were you saying that Boyle was the all-star snub?
He was.
So you wonder here, you know, Dennis Pelfrey, the Freedom manager, the manager of the all-star team, does he set the lineup on the roster?
No.
So that's votes.
That's votes.
Okay, good. No added motivation here.
2-2 fastballs fouled off out of play.
So Dennis can always fall back on, hey, I would have taken you, man, you know?
Oh, sure, yeah. Trust me, if Dennis could pick, Carl Kregge would have been in the game, the Freedom now closer. He was the ultimate snub. His ERA below .5 at .3. And it was around .7 at the break. Didn't get the call. 2-2 pitch on the way to Luis Pintor. Off-speed stayed above the belt. Now it's a full count. Great at bat here by Luis. He fell behind 0-2, but has now worked it 3-2 to lead off the bottom of the 6th. In a 3-2 game, the Freedom trail. Need base runners. Need timely hits. Each have been a problem spot for the Freedom over the last week or so. Here's a ground ball, well struck, third base side. Killed foul by Owings, who will turn it into a souvenir to a couple of young fans in the first row off that third base side. And I think they have gotten at least 3 or 4 souvenirs today.
Absolutely.
It's always those 2 kids.
Yeah, they know right where to stand, right?
Right.
I wonder if they were the ones that were on the bottom of that dog pile earlier out there on the grassy knoll.
Now they've retired to their seat, still getting souvenirs to take home. Lefty is set. Payoff pitch on the way. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. Pintor down on strikes. So a good fight from Luis, but Boyle wins the war. An early out. And it brings up Ricky Ramirez Jr. with nobody on here in the 6th. Look out over there. Wind starting to pick up, blowing your papers all over the place.
I'm a disheveled mess over here now. There went all my nuggets. I still got a few bullets in the chamber here. I haven't
yeah, it's been a while
rolled them out tonight.
Since you dug deep into the well there. Another lefty-lefty battle between Boyle and Ramirez this time. First pitch swinging and a chopper foul to Dennis Pelfrey over at third.
I think I fired some of them off pretty early tonight with our record on Thursday and right when we score first.
Yep.
Famous 44s. We've hit a lull here. I need to dig deep. Mother Nature not cooperating.
10 good pages of game notes right in front of you here. I'm sure you can find something in there. Counts 0-1 on Ricky Ramirez Jr. As Boyle comes set ahead of pitch number 2. Here it is. Breaking ball down and away. An easy take. Counts 1-1. Oh, putting the glasses on.
Yeah, they got knocked off by Mother Nature. I thought I was going to turn into Ralphie here a little bit.
Digging into those game notes. The glasses are on, and Nuggets coming. 1-1's fouled off out of play. Third base side disappearing in the night sky as it makes its way towards the inflatables in the kid zone. Look out if you're the young man climbing the ladder to the top. Ball about found him. Zach Taylor will walk out to have a chat with his lefty hurler, Patrick Boyle, who's in a 1-2 count with Ramirez. 1 out already found here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Freedom with just a 2-game edge on the Evansville Otters, who are in action tonight. Taking on the top team in the East Division, the Lake Erie Crushers. Their first pitch was at 7:05. We will check on that score in a moment. 1-2 pitch to Ricky's, a chopper to short. Charging in is Sakurai. He gets the big hop, throws on the run like he does so well. And it's an easy out, 6-3 to retire Ramirez and bring up Kenny Meimersdorf with the Freedom down to their last out here in the bottom of the 6th. Can't find something to bless us with?
Oh,
here?
I got it. I got it. I had it ready. So Gateway, as we know, 10 games under 500 on the year. But when they're leading after 5, they are 20-5, and they are leading after 5. So we got a couple stats clashing tonight. The Freedom 80% winning percentage when they score first, and they scored first, and now you got 20-5 facing you here when this team's leading after 5, which means they must have a good back end of the bullpen.
That's actually very surprising for the Grizzlies. The first breaking ball missed down to Meimersdorf. Now pitch number 2 on the way. It's back to the Bender. This one's in a better spot on the inside edge. Framed up nicely. Makes the count 1-1. But for a team that's 10 games below 500 and has been in the bottom of the West Division for much of this 2019 season, I wouldn't have thought the numbers would have been that pretty after 5 innings.
Now there is quite a few games on the season. They're 7-inning games, so you wonder what that does to that stat.
1-1. Breaking ball finds the outside corner. It's now 1-2 on Meimersdorf. The Grizzlies do have an all-star at the back of their bullpen in Dakota Smith, who was in Rockland County when the Frontier League squared off with the Can-Am League in the first ever Midsummer Classic to feature 2 different independent leagues. But they've actually really struggled at finding a closer. They've gone through 4 this year. Grant Black, the Freedom, did a lot to ruin his opportunity as closer. So that's a great nugget you found there. A little surprising. Jason Seaver and this guy Boyle have been their best arms. Fastball's up and out. Meimersdorf started to go but did not cross the halfway point. So the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, nobody on. Scores 3-2 Gateway. Boyle and Seaver have been their best 2, most consistent 2 back-end relief pitchers. We've now seen each of them in this 2-game series. Seaver last night got the loss. Boyle on tonight. Rain Letkeman, the man who right now would get the win. High fastball swung on and missed. Meimersdorf down on strikes. The Freedom down and out of outs in inning number 6. So the Grizzlies will come back to the plate as we move to the top of the 7th. Still in front by 1. 3-2 at UC Health Stadium on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Bored? Looking for something different and exciting to do? Come to Full Throttle Indoor Karting and experience pure racing exhilaration. 40 miles per hour on huge indoor tracks. That'll do it. Full Throttle Indoor Karting has something for almost everyone. Check it out at GoFullThrottle.com. Come alone or bring your friends. With 2 locations, Springdale near Dave & Buster's and Florence just off the Turfway exit. We're close by. Full Throttle Indoor Karting. GoFullThrottle.com.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2. Quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
So here we go, top 7, Gateway leading 3-2. They've about hit the Freedom 9-5 tonight. They're going to send to the plate. Who they got up here this inning?
1, 2, 3.
Top of the order, Brent Sakurai, Connor Owings, and Luke Lowry. You got to love letting me bring it in, and I'm still on the Freedom side of the scorebook.
Chris Irwin back out there looking for a full inning of relief after finding the final out in inning number 6. He missed outside of the first pitch fastball as Sakurai jumps ahead 1-0. I thought he did a good job bringing it in. Happy to allow the opportunity. You said you wanted it.
I did.
1-0 pitch off the plate. 2-0. And I actually think right before we came back, you said, who's up? I said, leadoff hitter.
Yeah, you did.
And then you still forgot.
Well, I was buried deep tidying up my book on the Freedom side, getting it all.
I appreciate
this book is well done tonight. I am on the book tonight for all you fans out there wondering who's keeping score of this thing. Big shoes to fill with Rob out there, probably making sure I don't mess up his book. Or do you normally do it during the broadcast?
I normally do the book to keep in mind, so I appreciate your detail there. 2-0 pitch landed on the outside corner. It's 2-1 to Brent Sakurai. Lefty Irwin goes fastball but misses up and out. Falls behind 3-1.
Who we're missing here is Tyler Cole on the book. We could have him just.
It's a name drop. Legendary bookkeeper for the Midwest Outlaws, team on the summer circuit in the Southwest Ohio League. Now 5 years in retirement. Fastball's off the plate. Sakurai works a leadoff walk. That's how the top of the 7th gets started in this 3-2 game. Irwin came in with the bases loaded, 2 outs. In inning number 6, struck out Anthony Ray, straining 3 runners on base for the Grizzlies, but first man he faces here in the 7th reaches via the free pass and brings up Connor Owings, who singled his last time up, has 2 hits tonight. 2 for 3. Lefty set at the belt. Fastball's at the shoe tops on the first offering, but called a strike. The low strike awarded. 0-1. Take that one.
So I'm going to have you fill in the gap for me here. I look over in the Gateway dugout, and there is a Freedom coach leaning on the rail as if he was a coach for Gateway.
It's the bat boy. Fastball missed off the outside edge, evens the sequence with Owings at 1-1. Irwin now from the stretch with Sakurai at first base, all the way over on the third base side of the rubber. Closes himself off from the set. There's 1-1. No doubt about it. Split the plate. 1-2. Lefty looks in for the sign and gets the one he wants. Sees his catcher set up out. To the lefty hitter Owings. Fastball was in and it's lined to right field. Ricky Ramirez Jr. may have lost it in the lights for a quick second. That all was gamesmanship as he shows his hose to first and just a half step ahead of the throw with Sakurai. Ricky trying to create a little confusion as if he didn't see the baseball. Maybe you think Sakurai would head towards second, be a sitting duck.
That's exactly what he did. He threw his hands up in the air like he had no idea if the ball was coming to him. I literally bought it. But, man, what a smart play there, because just in case.
Just in case.
Because you would believe this time of night with the lights, and that ball was right where it could have been lost in the lights.
Irwin goes bender on the first offering to Luke Lowry, but missed down and in. The back foot breaking ball. 3 home hands ahead, 1-0, 1 out. A ground ball could end the inning. That's why Irwin's working down. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Framed up nicely on the outside edge. Good work, Ryan Rinsky back there. Evens the count, 1-1. Brent Sakurai standing at first base after walking to start the inning. Irwin will step off. Stretch out the arm a bit. Take the cleats right back on the third base side of the rubber as he gets the immediate sign from Rinsky. Here's his 1-1. Sakurai takes off for second. Rinsky out of the chute. Hose to second. In time. Sakurai gunned. 2 outs, nobody on now in the 7th.
A tremendous throw right there. That throw was right on the money. A bang play. I think Sakurai thought he was safe. Looked up a little bit in disbelief. I think we can be thankful there's no replay. I don't know. That looked pretty bang.
1-1 pitch to Luke Lowry's a good breaking ball on the inside corner. Called a strike, and it's 1-2. Yeah, Sakurai was confused when he was called out. But a perfect throw. And a good swipe tag by Wobrock to sell it. 1-2. Chasing a high fastball potentially was Lowry. They'll appeal down, and no go is the determination by Ben Levin on the bases. Lowry might have got away with one there. Enticing high fastball, but he was able to lay off. It's 2-2. Back-to-back high fastball, starting to swing and not going around as Lowry as they appeal down to first again. That'll be a walk. Lowry aboard at first base with 2 outs as Luis Roman comes to the plate.
That caught stealing gets even bigger now, as Gateway would have had an insurance run sitting out there at second base, but now it's runner at first, 2 outs. The Freedom trying to get a come-from-behind win here as they welcome in Washington tomorrow night for a weekend series.
First pitch on the way to the lefty. Roman bounces, bodied up well behind the plate by Rinsky, who can turn himself into a backstop on those low pitches. You don't see a lot of dirt ball raids turning into extra bases for teams against the Freedom when Rinsky's back there. Walls up again. The count is 1-0 on Roman. But Lowry still at first. The 1-0 delivery from the lefty. Breaking ball, but it wrapped around the plate. Not across the edge, so it's 2-0.
An opportunity here, Aaron, for Florence over the weekend, playing a team that's in near the bottom of the Eastern Division, 12 games under 500, a weekend series.
Lowry takes off on first movement, swinging away and fouling off the pitch was Roman. So Lowry will go back to first as the count moves to 2-1 on the DH.
Because everything you see this year, the West just beats up on each other and has been handing it to the East all year in head-to-head matchups.
The Freedom have won both series with the Washington Wild Things they played this year. 2 out of 3 in the first, swept in the second. So it is a big opportunity, especially when you factor in Gateway being here first. High fastball swung on and missed. Makes the count 2-2 on Roman with 2 outs and Lowry at first. But yeah, after the struggles for the Freedom to start the second half of the season, taking on the only 3 teams back-to-back to have beaten the Freedom in the series in the first half of the season. 6-10 to start the second half, but got Gateway and Washington in a row, and they were thinking that would be a great opportunity to find their form. Inside fastballs chopped to first base, fielded in foul ground by Connor Crane. We'll get it back to Irwin. Lowry again on the move, and again having to go back to first after the foul ball. He's going to be gassed over there.
You know, it's funny, you watch Lowry on his leadoff. Get a load of this next time he gets back over there. When he gets his leadoff, most of your guys leading off are in that athletic position facing in. He kind of puts his weight on his front foot and faces second base. You think he'd be a prime candidate to snap throw to first, as he is in no position to get back to the bag. 2-2
pitch is lined into center field. This will be a base hit. Mercurio will fake a throw to third and end up throwing a lollipop to second. Lowry goes first to third. Runners now on the edges with 2 outs for the Grizzlies, as Luis Roman was able to line a 2-2 pitch 2 feet in front of Andre Mercurio in center.
I think that's the first time tonight Gateway's got a hit where a runner has actually gone first to third. They've been station to station, base to base, but we were just talking about Lowry in that stance like a sprinter, like he's ready to run, and that could have paid dividends right there.
Yeah, the pitch bared down on me, but I would like to go back and comment on your point. Absolutely. Snap a throw over there. check on him. He's off to a big lead as well. Maybe not a bad idea to throw over once. But
and he's done that all night. I haven't said anything about it, but it's like that is, I don't know that I've seen that.
Dustin Woodcock in the box, and behind in the count is a first pitch fastball. It's right on the outside corner.
But you got a quick look at it, right? I think you saw it for a second.
I saw it.
How many players do you see leading off first that are facing second with their weight leaning forward?
Not very often.
Little buzz the tower there, a fastball up and in.
Even the count. Ball and a strike. Irwin Reddy's at the belt and will miss badly with the breaking ball in the right-handed batter's box as Rinsky again shows his prowess behind the plate.
That's a tremendous block right there. That is a run with a runner on third base. Just textbook, drop down, drop your body and body it off your chest.
Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Dustin Woodcock. Rinsky will set up in for this one from the lefty. 2-1 pitch popped up on the infield. Connor Crane from first base crashing in, closing in on the mound, and the first baseman makes the catch. So the Gateway Grizzlies have threatened all night, but it'll end up being another goose egg on the board. Gateway has still just scored in the 4th, but they scored 3 times, and that's earned them a 1-run lead over the Freedom. Time to stretch at UC Health Stadium. Freedom trail by 1, and the finale with the Grizzlies on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company. Freedom need a run. They trail by 1, 3-2. We move towards the bottom of the 7th, and a new arm taking over for the Gateway Grizzlies. The lefty Patrick Boyle will go just 1 inning in relief of Rain Letcom in tonight. The lefty looked good in his 1 frame. 2 strikeouts in his 1 inning of work. 0s to complete the rest of his line in the hits, runs, and walks category. So Boyle looks sharp, and now the All-Star takes over on the mound for the Grizzlies. Number 16, the right-hander Dakota Smith, the experienced 2 vet. Stands at 5'10", 195 pounds, out of Leavenworth, Kansas. Another Kansas guy taking over on the bump for the Grizzlies tonight. 3rd season with Phil Warren's Gateway Grizzlies and an All-Star here in 2019. He got the final out in Rockland County when the Freedom, or rather, it felt like the Freedom at times. They did send the most All-Stars to the game, 6, but the Frontier League completed a 7-0 shutout of the Can-Amers. What a night that was. Dennis Pelfrey on the bench. Had a couple of his coaches with him, and Drew Martinez and Mike Morris, the Freedom bench coach. 6 Freedom All-Stars made the game. Would have been 7 if Frank Valentino hadn't signed a pro contract with the Mets right before the Midsummer Classic. Brandon Pugh will pinch hit to lead things off for the Freedom, hitting in Ryan Rinsky's spot of the batting order and swinging and missing at a first pitch fastball from Smith. He falls behind 0-1. So Jackson Pritchard likely will take over behind the plate in the top of the 8th for the Freedom. They look for offense here in the bottom of the 7th. Pugh lays off a back foot breaking ball. Wise decision. Count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon. The numbers for Smith in relief this season, a 4.75 ERA and 30 1/3 innings of work. 261 batting average against this right-hander. 1-1 pitch, late swing at the 92-mile-an-hour cheese. Pugh's down in the count, 1-2.
A lot going on here tonight. Another good crowd, another buzz of activity. A lot of vendors here tonight. Was this
game show night and Throwback Thursday? That's why the Freedom are rocking their classics from '06. Fastball swung on, fouled off. Straight to the netting behind home plate. Still 1-2 on Pugh. Yeah, I love these Freedom throwback uniforms they're rocking tonight. Freedom in script across the chest. The baseball bat underneath with the eagle sitting on the barrel. Very similar to the Cardinals uniforms. But the throwbacks here in Florence. And my favorite uniform they have. 1-2, breaking balls fouled off. Good fight from Pugh. Tough adjustment from 92 on the fastball to 81 on the east-west slider. He was able to fight it off to stay alive, though he is still behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just underway in the bottom of the 7th, the Grizzlies leading the Freedom 3-2. At UC Health Stadium, home of your Freedom. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you calling the action. Righty Smith sets up against his belt, takes a deep breath, hikes the leg. His 1-2 pitch on the way. It's chopped towards first base. Pugh can run like a deer. This is going to take a turn towards foul ground. Played on a bare hand by Luke Lowry, who would have had no choice but to place the tag on Brandon. He tries to locate the base. In the event that was a fair baseball, it would have been too late. Pugh runs incredibly well, and he is such a weapon to get on base because of it, especially in a 1-run game. Brandon finds his way on first base. I bet you over-under at 3 pitches, he's standing at third.
Yeah, absolutely. He did that last night, stole a base late.
He's a platoon player in the outfield, but he's got 18 stolen bases, good for second most on the club. Luis Pintor is the only Freedom player to have more. Luis plays every day. He's got 20. Fastball, late swing, 94, retires Brandon Pugh. That tough adjustment proved to be a little too much, at least on that one. Early out for Smith. Brings up Connor Crane with nobody aboard. Dakota Smith gets the quick sign from Zach Taylor. Righty set at his belt. First offering on the way to Connors. A fastball buried down and away. Again at 94 on the gun as Smith starts to loosen up. He'll live there. The mid-90s fastball. The Grizzlies have gotten a little bit more velo with every pitcher tonight. Rayne Leckerman, their starter, was 87-88. Patrick Boyle, 90-91. Now this guy at 94 is a breaking ball at 80 crosses. 14 miles per hour of difference from fastball to breaking ball. Counts 1-1 on Connor Crane.
Hey, you look around Major League Baseball now, it seems like every team brings one guy after another who throws 90+.
Fastball's fouled off out of play off to the right side, yeah. It's something else. Guys you've never heard of throwing 98 now. That used to be the fastball that everybody in the world knew, that one closer who threw 98 coming in the game. Now it's, who's this guy? 97, right. 98 with the slider that disappears. Baseball's certainly gotten better, which is why I think it's interesting that people are not enjoying the game as much these days. At least that's what's widely talked about, trying to make baseball fun again as the fastball's off the outside third. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's a pretty controversial topic. There's a lot of baseball purists out there that don't want the game messed with. But everybody knows society, right? People like the NFL's a raging popularity right now, the NBA, a lot of action. Baseball is a game for a purist. It moves slower and it's timeless.
Crane was tied up on an inside fastball. Bounced it foul to stay alive in a 2-2 count. But yeah, could just be that people are taking it for granted. I've always felt baseball would thrive again once they really embed into people's heads how hard this game is. I know you're somebody who talks about it a lot. You'll see great athletes from other sports, phenoms in other sports, but you get a bat in their hands and suddenly they look like they've never played a sport in their life. How unathletic the game of baseball will make even some of the finest athletes look.
Just watch people try to throw out a first pitch. Watch, world-class athletes try to swing a bat.
2-2 is skied to center. It's a high fly ball and shallow right center as it's caught by Sean Dunston Jr. to retire Crane for out number 2. 9-hole man got underneath that one. 2 outs and back to the top of the order in Austin Wobrock with nobody aboard in a 3-2 game. The visitors lead.
I think you're also, Aaron, you're getting into an era where kids are trying to specialize at such a young age, and there was a time you just played all the sports, and now at a really young age these parents are pushing their kids to play one sport, and
first
they're not
pitch
choosing
swinging
baseball.
And a chopper to short. Austin Wobrock thrown out at first base again by just a half step. Wobrock a half step away from a 3-for-3 night. Instead, he's 0 for 3. And that's a quick end to the 7th. Dakota Smith faces the minimum, hangs a 0, and we go to the 8th. 3-2. Grizzlies in front on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Compass Self Storage, we make it easier. We understand that storing your belongings is not a luxury, but a necessity. We're a proven self-storage leader focused on providing you with a friendly, professional, and clean place to store your items. Whether your concern is price, size, availability, or security, there is no need to look anywhere else. We provide it all. Give us a call today at any of our locations in Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, or visit our webpage at compassselfstorage.com. Mention this ad and get your first month's rent for free.
Taylor Truck and Auto Repair, servicing all your local automotive and towing needs. 24-hour roadside and towing assistance are available. AAA accredited, family owned and operated. We'll even throw in a 10% labor discount for active military and veterans. 151 Dozier Drive in Walton, Kentucky. Call 859-918-6122. That's 859-918-6122.
We move to the top of the 8th, and taking over on the mound for the Freedom, the hard-throwing right-hander out of New York, Ryan Mordecai, toes the slab. Ryan stands at 6'3", 195 pounds out of Mount Vernon, New York. Started his pro career in the Pacific Association with the Vallejo Admirals. He profiles as a closer. He's got a cutter that he uses early and often. And hitters around the Frontier League have not touched with great regularity this season. Mordecai, another reliever with good numbers for the Freedom this season. His ERA at 1.80. He's got a 3-1 record. This is his 18th appearance. Ryan has spanned 15 innings. Opponents hitting just .224 off the right-hander, who has struck out 18 and walked 6 over his first 17 appearances here in 2019. It is his first season with the Freedom. He'll take over here in the 8th inning. In a 3-2 game, the Freedom trail. Suddenly, it's been a Johnny Holstaff effort for the Freedom tonight. Daniel Williams got the start. Hayden Wheeler entered after Williams went 3 2/3 in his 9th outing of the season. Cameron Vige came on but walked 3 batters, did not record an out after Wheeler. Then it was Chris Irwin's turn. He went an inning and a third. The lefty did not allow a run. Pitched around a couple of walks and 1 hit. And now it's Mordecai's turn. So he goes to work on Zach Taylor, the catcher, who hits 6. It's the 6, 7, 8 spots due up for the Grizzlies as they hold on to a 1-run edge. It is Jackson Pritchard behind the plate. Ryan Rinsky was pinch hit for in the Freedom side of the 7th by Brandon Pugh. Pritchard taking over defensively behind the plate. First pitch, it's the cutter, and it's swung on and missed. Maybe nicked off the very knob of the bat. But squeezed behind the plate, 0-1 the count on the catcher, Zach Taylor. Mordecai super intense out there on the mound. I love it. All business. 0-1. Trying to challenge him with a high fastball at 91, but Taylor able to lay off as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Mordecai gets the one he wants, sees Pritchard set up in. Here's the 1-1. Back to the fastball, but it was upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Mordecai all the way over on the third base side of the rubber, always from the stretch. Calmly lowers the hands to the belt. 2-1 offerings, fouled back to the screen. 90 on the radar gun with this one, and Mordecai's just getting loose. So many guys in the back end of that Freedom bullpen have great heat. Mordecai, one of them.
And you used to have Tripp back there as well, and now you insert him into the rotation. That's got to be a tough transition. Have you talked to him about how he feels about that? I mean, he was a starter in college.
Made it look easy as the fastball is fouled back to the screen. Not much of a transition if you saw Jonathan in his first start or watched or listened. Went 5 strong innings, allowed just 1 run. He allowed that run in his first inning of work. It was a solo shot off the bat of Kyle Davis to straightaway center, and he would not allow another run over his final 4 innings. And in the 5th, his final frame, he struck out the side. So Tripp, not much of an adjustment. He'll get outs no matter when you ask him to come in the game. He'll start on Sunday against the Wild Things. Here's a swing and a line drive deep into left field, leaping at the wall, but it sails over. Zach Taylor will touch them all as the Gateway Grizzlies increase their lead by 1 on the line drive blast off the bat of their catcher. It's now a 4-2 game.
Yeah, just a rocket. Got out of the ballpark in a hurry. The only question was going to be, was it high enough? You knew it was going to be over the outfielder's head, but it cleared the wall, what, by maybe a foot above that yellow line out there?
Yeah. Call it a wall scraper if you want.
It was definitely well hit. I don't want to take anything away from that. That thing was a laser. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be high enough. I thought it might slam off the wall.
Sean Dunston Jr. will hit next. Mordecai looks for the first out here in the 8th. First pitch on the way is hit hard and a fair baseball on the first base side. It'll carry him off the cinder block wall, jetting out towards right. Rookie with the big gun to second, and sliding right into the tag feet first is Sean Dunston Jr., who'll have a single, but his gun trying to take the extra base for out number 1.
What an arm the Freedom have in right field with Ricky Ramirez Jr. UC Health Stadium has a wall out there that jets out in foul territory, and that rocket on the ground into right field, caromed off that wall, bounced right to Ricky, and you won't see a player gunned by Morg trying to go first to second.
Right, and Sean Dunston Jr. leads the Frontier League in stolen bases. He's all speed.
I mean, everything worked in Florence's favor there. The ball was hit hard. It bounced right to Ricky, and it was no contest.
Fastball starts Gunnar Buhner 0-1. Looked to be right down the middle, though. Buhner's wanting an explanation from Lyle Travis. Lyle Price saying that one was knee-high down the middle. 0-1's fouled past third. It's 0-2.
Back to that conversation we were having earlier about all these sports trying to appease the fans in baseball with their attendance numbers down. You ask yourself why. It's the same game it's always been. You know, one time America's favorite pastime, right? And now the pressure baseball is feeling to try to speed up the game and make it more entertaining, make it more lively, short attention spans galore with fans across the country.
0-2's high and tight for ball 1. Yeah, it very well could be the fact the game hasn't changed is why all of a sudden now it's not as popular. But I'm a baseball purist. I appreciate the way the game's always been played and don't want to see all these zany changes they're experimenting with in the Atlantic League. 1-2, heavy fastball is just off the outside edge. Mordecai wanted that one. But the count goes to 2-2. Evens up with Gunnar Buhner. 1 out, nobody on. Gateway now up 2 on the solo shot from Zach Taylor. Made it from a 1-run game to a 2-run affair here in the 8th. Pritchard will set up on the outer half. 2-2 pitch on the way. Is the breaking ball down and away for ball 3. I'm sure you've seen in the Atlantic League, they're experimenting with stealing first base and all sorts of zany stuff like that. I can't imagine you're a fan of Major League Baseball implementing a steal first base policy on balls to get by the catcher.
Exactly. Artificial intelligence that umpires or robots behind the plate.
Yep.
Baseball now, they're limiting your mound visits, and these managers that'll come out and do situational relievers, come in and get one batter out. That gets the fans restless. I mean, there's just a sudden pressure to speed things along in a game that really is not meant to be sped along.
Foul ball off the bat of Gunnar Buhner, and the 3-2 count will keep it full with 1 out.
Went to a Fenway Park for the first time ever a few years ago, and I remember watching that game. I'd never been to that ballpark, and I was sitting beside a guy in our company that an international guy we just brought in. He'd never been to a baseball game, and you talk about hilarious trying to explain the game of baseball to someone who has never seen the game.
3-2 fastball did not miss by much, but it's ruled ball 4 off the outer edge to Gunnar Buhner. He'll take his base. It's a tight zone. Tightens up, or the strike zone tightens up. Did I say tight zone?
You did.
Well, it is. It's exactly what it is all of a sudden.
And it's getting tighter, it appears.
It is. But, man, that's the cool story. I still never actually have been to Fenway Park. Would love to go. First pitch swinging, Anthony Ray got under a fastball, popped it up on the infield. Connor Crane having to climb the mound makes the catch. Talk about being an athlete. That's not an easy play. He made it look easy. It's out number 2. As Ray's quick work for Mordecai.
Just a sky-high pop-up on the infield. Yeah, how often do you see that? The first baseman calling for it, because you do not want the pitcher trying to make that play. And he ended up catching that ball standing right on the rubber as if he was the pitcher.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Without taking your eye off the ball, you climb the mound, you don't trip over the rubber, and you make the play. That'll be in the books as a routine P3, but kudos there on that one.
No doubt.
I might make a footnote down here.
Back to the top, and Brent Sakurai, who went after a first pitch fastball on the inner half with an excuse-me swing. Sent a chopper towards the Freedom railing on their dugout. He'll fall behind 0-1. Mordecai sets at his belt. 0-1 pitch to Sakurai. Runner takes off. Pritchard through the chute. 2-bouncer to second. Not in time. Lopez swiped the tag. He thought they got him, but Buhner able to steal second base, where he stands with 2 outs. As the count moves to 1-1 with Sakurai as the fastball missed at the shoulders on the pitch.
So Gunnar Buhner just continues to be a nemesis in this series for the Freedom.
Sure does.
Been on base all 4 times tonight. A single, a double, 2 walks, now a stolen base. Made some nice plays at second base tonight. Coming off of a game last night where he had major impact in the game. 2 for 3. So, yeah, the Florence will be glad to send him out of town here and say, see you next year.
Fastball's on the outside corner for a called strike to Sakurai. The count's 1-2. Grizzlies threaten again with 2 outs. Another guy in scoring position. They've made Freedom pitchers work in each inning. 1-2. Fouled just over the screen to our right. Still 1-2 to Sakurai.
$11 hits on the night for Gateway. And counting.
He swung it well. Mordecai sets his 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. And that'll do it for the Grizzlies. Mordecai will evade the threat. Freedom do trail by 2, however, as Zach Taylor tests the limits to left field. His line drive sails over the wall. Makes it a 2-run game. 4-2, Grizzlies in front, trying to salvage a split in the finale with the Freedom as we move into the bottom of the 8th. at UC Health Stadium. Keep it locked on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
This is a public service. Welcome back to UC Health Stadium. Florence coming to bat here in the bottom of the 8th, trailing 4-2 to Gateway. They'll face the 4th pitcher of the night, Grant Black, for Gateway tonight. The Freedom will send up Caleb Lopez, Trevor Crayport, and Andre Mercurio as they try to scratch across the run here in the bottom of the 8th and make this a winnable game in the bottom of the 9th. They're down 2 right now as they come to bat in the 8th. They've got 2, 3, 4 coming to the plate. You got to like your chances to get something done here with these guys. Facing a new pitcher, Aaron, walk us through the line on this guy.
First of all, great work on bringing it in. Appreciate that. The point streak tended to. So Johnny on the spot and a great intro there. Grant Black's numbers good, but not against the Freedom. On the season, a 2.97 ERA, a 1-4 record. This is his 36th appearance. 36 and a third innings he has spanned. Opponents hitting .221 against the hard-throwing right-hander who is squaring off with Caleb Lopez now and misses outside of the first pitch fastball. Grant Black has taken 3 of those 4 losses to the Freedom this year. He started the season as their closer, blew 2 saves in the same series on back-to-back nights, and the guy at the plate and Caleb Lopez homered off him once. In those 2, Lopez goes to the opposite field with a line drive towards right, but it's going to twist out of play to even the count 1-1 with the righty Black. So even though he's had good success around the rest of the league, he's trying to prove himself against the Freedom here in the late innings.
The 9th pitcher of the night.
It's made it fun being on the point streak.
Yeah, a lot going on.
1-1 on the way to Lopi. Big breaking ball and a generous strike call in the inner half. Lopez leans back, wincing. Thought that would have been ball 2. Instead, the count moves in the pitcher's favor, 1-2. It is the 2-3-4 indeed leading off here in the 8th. Freedom hoping to rally, create a big inning. Going and reaching after an outside breaking ball, hitting a 2-hopper to short was Lopez. Low throw, and it's dropped at first base. Luke Lowry couldn't squeeze the toss from Sakurai. And the Freedom will get that leader aboard, bring the tying run to the plate. And Trevor Crayport with nobody out. And that ball already feels a little bit heavier in the right hand to Grant Black. We thought he made the pitch to get the early out, and instead, there's a runner on base.
Yeah, Sakurai came in, made a nice play, a slow chopper out towards short. Fielded that ball on the sprint coming in, kind of buried a throw in the dirt. It should have been dug out at first base by Luke Lowry. They're going to score that in error, and I think that's a good call. He would have been out had that play been made at first base.
Agreed. First pitch on the way to Crayport. 94, and on the outside, Black for a called strike. righty lowers the hands to the set, up against the ear, and is 0-1. It's off the outer edge. Evens the count 1-1 to Crayport. Trevor's still looking for that first Freedom hit in his second day with Florence. Prospect Dennis Pelfrey was very excited to bring aboard. And talking with him briefly before first pitch of yesterday's game, the opener between the Grizzlies. He said this guy is going to be a boss, to quote him. The 1-1's a line towards right field. Did he hit it too hard is the question. He did. Dustin Woodcock to his left squeezes the head-high liner off the bat of Crayport. He's hit 3 seeds, but he's still looking for his first hit.
A seed indeed on that one. That was just a rocket to right field. The only question, you called it right off the bat, did he hit it too hard? I was hoping that would drop, but right in the glove of the awaiting right fielder, Dustin Woodcock. The scouting report paid off there, had the outfield position perfectly. You got to like when a plan comes together.
Certainly paid off for Gateway there. Andre Mercurio in the box now as Black starts him with a fastball. Belt high strike, 0-1. Zone was tight, now it's back to being wide again.
That's the thing that's frustrating about an umpire as a player, as a coach, as a manager, as a pitcher. You just want consistency, right? If it's going to be a strike or it's going to be a ball, just call it that way all night. We can all adjust.
Inside out swing and a foul ball off the screen. 0-2 quickly on the cleanup man, Mercurio. Lopez at first. He reached on the air. And the first for any team in this series goes against Gateway here in the bottom of the 8th. So the tying run in the box, and Andre Mercurio, who has gone deep 4 times this year, twice in the second half of the season. So he's gotten off to a faster start in half number 2 than he did with the power in the first half of the season. 0-2 on the way. Fights it off, out of play, off to the left side. Still 0-2 to number 2. Center field extraordinaire, Andre Mercurio.
Everything magnified here late in the game, close game. Anytime there's a runner on base, now you're starting to talk about the tying run at the plate for the Freedom. What do you say we get one in the air here and sail it out of the park and tie this thing up?
You know, I'd take that. 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Breaking ball at 84. Got the whiff. Mercurio down on strikes. 2 outs for Luis Pintor. You want to talk about a power surge, Luis in the midst of one. Everything he hits right now has been a line drive. Does have a double tonight and a line out. Another guy that had 2 home runs in the first half of the season and quickly has 2 more here in the second half. In fact, Luis's first 2 home runs was a multi-homer game in the second game of the season. Didn't have another the whole rest of the first half, but in the 16 games after the break, 2 of them, and in back-to-back series with Windy City and Southern Illinois. He laid off a first pitch fastball that missed down for ball 1. He's ahead 1-0. Yep. Runner at first.
Pintor back in the 5th hit that rocket right to third into the awaiting glove from Connor Owings. One of the harder hit balls tonight.
This fastball at 97 on the radar gun and on the outside corner for a called strike to even things with Pintor 1-1. It's the heaviest fastball we've seen all night. Gateway still building in the velo department with each pitcher. The 1-1 from the power righty, Grant Black. Line drive, carrying down the line in right field. Long run for Woodcock. He won't get there, and this one's going to land out of play. Very, very close to a double that disappears in the corner. On the wrong side of the stripe for strike 2.
So you notice Pintor tonight, Aaron, going with the throwback stirrups. You a fan of the stirrups, or do you prefer just the tall socks like Dennis Pelfrey's rocking tonight?
Well, if it's me, I'm going solid socks because I just looked like a dork in stirrups. But I love and respect a guy who can rock the stirrup socks, and Pintor is one of those guys.
He is.
He makes it look good. The 1-2 pitch. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. Pintor down on strikes. First base was occupied, but it doesn't matter. It's out number 3. Grant Black looked good. He exercises some demons in the 8th inning tonight. His first solid outing against Florence this year comes at a good time. Gateway still in front, 4-2, as the visitors come to the plate in the 9th on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on. You belong at Citi. We are now hiring customer service agents to join the team at our Florence, Kentucky Customer Contact Center. Working at Citi certainly has its perks: tuition reimbursement, great pay, business casual dress code, and benefits day one. To discover a career at Citi and join our remarkable team, visit jobs.citi.com/Florence. That is jobs.citi.com/Florence. Citi is an equal opportunity employer. Ryan Mordecai will stay out there to move into the 9th inning. 4-2 game, Gateway in front. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from the broadcast booth here at UC Health Stadium, home of the Freedom, who are trying to complete a 2-game sweep of the Grizzlies, but trail by 2 as we enter what could be the last inning tonight. Gateway trying to salvage a split. If they win, they will end their season series with the Freedom 2-10. The Freedom can find a way to win in the late innings. They will finish the year 11-1 against these Gateway Grizzlies, who they've owned all season. Fastball misses at the shoulders on the first offering to Connor Owings as the 2-3-4 hitters do up for Gateway. And Owings is off and rolling in the right direction, ahead in the count 1-0 after a high fastball for Mordecai. Jackson Pritchard will set up in for the second offering from Ryan. Here it comes. Fastball doesn't get the call, off the outside corner. Mordecai did miss his spot, but it looked dangerously close to that outside corner anyway. But it goes down 2-0 to Owings.
Yeah, Aaron, last night's game played in 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we're approaching 3 hours tonight with an inning to go.
It's a little more like it. Fastball was up and out to Owings. It's 2-1.
Of course, last night we had a total of 5 pitchers in the game, and tonight we're at 9. So the pitching changes certainly elongate the game.
That they do. Another fastball missed up. It's 3-1 to Owings. Mordecai tries to fight back. Righty sets and fires his 3-1 offering, and it's pounded into the turf to second. Pintor in front, on to first. Plenty of time. 1 up, 1 down. Helping out Mordecai a little bit there was Owings, going after that 3-1 pitch, though good hitters count. If it's where you're wanting it and the pitch you expect, why not offer? But a tailor-made 4-3 ground out, just what the doctor ordered for Mordecai after falling behind. Now he gets to face Luke Lowry. 3-hole man with 1 out, nobody on.
You want to look ahead to the bottom of the 9th. The Freedom will send up Ricky Ramirez Jr. and Kenny Mimerstarf to start the inning.
First pitch, fastball misses off the outside edge. Counts 1-0 to Luke Lowry. Yeah, you always love getting the Freedom back up there. Doesn't really matter where they're at in the batting order. They've got a bunch of guys you feel strong about creating a big inning, winning late. They've done it time and time again this season, but not so much lately as the fastball misses down to Lowry. Mordecai again falling behind a hitter 2-0.
Way high on the fastball there, so now he's 3-0.
Got to climb all the way back. Maybe Lowry, like Owings, will go after something. Way ahead in the count. 3-0. No green light. And for good reason. Fastball was off the outside edge. Lowry sprinting to first base. He's aboard with a free pass. Runner at first, one out.
That was quite the sprint to first base. Little zip in his step.
Sprints around on home runs. Always sprinting is Luke Lowry.
So now you'll get to see, again, the leadoff at first base where he's facing second with his weight on his front foot begging to be picked off.
That's right. That was Lowry. Luis Roman in the box. Mordecai going right after him. There's the cutter at 81 and a called strike at the knees on the inner half. Pritchard a quick trip out. Get on the same page with Mordecai. Maybe he'll even tell him to take a look over there at first base because Lowry does get off to big leads, and as you put, with the weight distributed the way he does to the front side, the A move to first, if you got a good one, you could be a sitting duck over there.
There's no way you could turn your body around. I've never seen a guy literally stand his body facing second base on a leadoff.
Mordecai ahead 0-1 on Ramon. Luis with 2 base hits tonight, both singles. The 0-1 pitch, lined foul off the netting above the third base dugout. 0-2, Mordecai comfortably in front. One out, runner at first base. Grizzlies in front of the Freedom 4-2. We're in the 9th.
Both teams opposite objectives here. Obviously Gateway trying to say, hey, let's just get one more insurance run on the board. And Florence thinking, let's just keep it at 2. 2's hard enough. We don't need to try to have to score 3.
Mordecai sets his 0-2. Sails outside. Lowry took off for second. The ball was in and out of the mid of Jackson Pritchard, who has no shot. Lowry now standing at second base. And as the count moves to 1-2.
And that task for Florence of keeping the score at 4-2 just gets that much harder now with the runner in scoring position and one out.
Yeah, the double play, at least the conventional double play, off the table. Mordecai deals the 1-2 to Luis Roman, just off the outside edge. Goodness.
Flashbacks to the Brett Boone tirade a while back.
Or the Aaron Boone. For
or
the
Aaron
yeah.
Boone. Brett
Gosh,
Boone.
no kidding.
Aaron Boone. Yeah, that's something else.
That was. That's why managers should be mic'd up. That could be a fun way for people to start watching baseball games. Go uncensored with managers on a mic. Fastball tied him up. Popped up out of play. Bouncing on the Grizzly dugout and landing there where a little fan just, all of 5 years old maybe, just walked right across the dugout and grabbed it off the netting.
Hopped up on top of the dugout.
Yeah.
Paid no attention to the fact if his parents wanted him to do that or not. Just left his seat, ran down the steps, hopped up on the dugout.
There was
up
a
on
ball
the dugout.
to get, yeah.
Grabbed the ball and scurried back to his seat with the prize in hand.
2-2 pitch from Mordecai. Fouled straight back to the netting.
That's what's great about it. People just need to come out and support this team. They've played so well all year. It is a tremendous fan experience here at UC Health Stadium.
No doubt. Game show night a success. Some people starting to head for the exits as it gets late. 10:05 here on a Thursday night. 2-2, tempting pitch, but outside. Ramon started to go, but did not cross. And is now in a full count as Pritchard goes right back out to Mordecai.
You got to wonder what the 3 fans doing in the front row sitting right behind the dugout were doing. They could have leaned forward and just grabbed that ball. And the kid comes running up from like row 4, row 5?
I think that kid just got there before they even had a chance to realize the ball was there. That kid followed it all the way to the spot, pounced. Lowry off to a walking lead at second base, but Mordecai focused on the batter in a 3-2 count. Luis Roman gets a payoff pitch here, and it broke his bat. Comebacker. Mordecai takes a look as Lowry races towards third, but Ryan will get the easy out at first on the underhand toss. So with 2 outs, Lowry stands 90 feet away, representing a third insurance run for the Grizzlies. As their 5-hole man, Dustin Woodcock, comes to the plate with 2 outs. And Gateway up by 2, 4-2 in the top of the 9th.
Is it me, or did you think Mordecai had a play at third there?
He may have. Momentum taking him towards first base. Would have had to plant and fire. You don't want to risk the bad throw. I agree, get the easy out. Now you can focus on the hitter in the inning. Make it a moot point to Lowry standing there at third base. I think he made the right call there. First pitch on the way to Woodcock. 88, and right down the heart. 0-1.
So if you're the base runner on second base there, you're taught at an early age when you're on second with 1 out on a comebacker, make sure it clears the pitcher, right? You don't just take off for third on a comebacker, and he did, and he got by with it.
The 0-1 on the way, and it backs Woodcock off the plate. Cutter 84 ran in. 1-1.
But I will give that to you. That comebacker did pull Mordecai off the mound on the first base side, so he would literally have had to turn and fire 3/4 of the way across the diamond, but I just am convinced Lowry was a dead duck. That was probably not the best base running, just taking off on contact like that on a comebacker to the pitcher.
Fastball's on the inside corner for a called second strike. Woodcock in a 1-2. Whatever you do, you got to make the decision immediately.
Exactly.
And if he was going to hesitate, then everybody's safe. And he's quickly ahead 1-2 on Woodcock. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Mordecai made the right decision. Puts the exclamation point with a strikeout of Dustin Woodcock. Score still 4-2. Gateway still in front. Last chance for the Freedom. Bottom 9. They need 2 to tie in force-free baseball in Florence. 3 to win it in walk-off fashion for the 3rd time this season against the Grizzlies. Maybe a little something to look forward to when we come back to UC Health Stadium on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. Are you craving the crispiness of Donato's Pizza and the creaminess of Witt's Custard? Visit a one-stop shop for both cravings in Independence, Kentucky. Haven't had the chance to try Witt's yet? Well, you're in luck. Stop by the First Baseline concessions and get a scoop of made fresh daily Witt's Custard today. Donato's Pizza and Witt's Custard of Independence are proud supporters of Tasty Za, delicious desserts, and Florence Freedom Baseball.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
Put up or shut up time for the Freedom. We move into the bottom of the 9th. Florence trails the Gateway Grizzlies by 2, score 4-2. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium as the Gateway Grizzly closer Jeff Bramblett takes over. in search of the save. Bramblett with 7 saves already in tow. Boy, look at his numbers. A .67 ERA in 31, now 32 tonight appearances. Opponents hitting just 148 off this guy, who has spanned 40 and a third innings, has struck out 42 to 13 walks, and has a 2-2 record. So Bramblett certainly a tough customer. He was the answer for Phil Warren's quandary early in the season. In fact, really, for the first half of the season. Who would be their guy to close games? Well, since they've given Bramblett the opportunity, he has run with it. He will face Ricky Ramirez Jr., Jackson Pritchard, and Brandon Pugh. First pitch on the way to Ricky. 6-7-8 due up. Fastball misses out. It's 1-0. Brandon Pugh stayed in the game after pinch hitting for Ryan Rinsky. Entered in left for Kenny Meimersdorf. So the substitution for Pritchard was for Meimersdorf, not for Rinsky, as Pugh stayed in the game. Inside fastball swung on and missed. Ramirez swung through it. So now he's in a 1-1. Ricky's been on base 2 out of 3 times tonight. He's walked once, singled once, and grounded out to short on a nice play by Brent Sakurai. 1-1. Breaking ball at 84, got the whiff. Ricky falls behind 1-2. For the Grizzlies, it was 3 runs in the 4th, 1 more for good measure in the 8th on the first homer of the year for their catcher, Zach Taylor, offering a second run of insurance. For the Freedom, they scored 1 in 2 separate innings, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd on a sac fly from Ryan Rinsky, and 1 more in their side of the 5th. RBI double from Austin Wobrock on that one. Look out, a line drive at the batter. Ramirez sails into the third base seats. Luckily, the fans that were occupying those yellow seats here at UCL Stadium had either gone to the concession stands or home and weren't at risk.
Yeah, that was a safety hazard there. That was a line drive right into the seats. That netting stops at the end of both dugouts, leaving the fans sitting out beyond the netting, obviously exposed.
Line drive down the line in left field, but fouls. It takes 2 hops. Bounces off the cinder block wall, chased down into left field by the ball boy, leaving his seat. Pounce on the ball. Still 1-2 with Ramirez. Just underway in the bottom of the 9th. No one on, no one out. Leadoff man to this frame. Fighting tooth and nail with a tough pitcher, Jeff Bramblett. But still behind in the count. Ricky in his 2nd season with the Freedom out of McNeese State. Same university Connor Crane attended in Texas. As a breaking ball of the back foot variety misses down and in. Evens the sequence with Ricky 2-2.
Just get somebody on, right? Somebody on, bring that tying run to the plate. Anything can happen.
Righty Bramblett gets the sign, lowers the hands to the chest. His 2-2 pitch on the way, down and in. Ball 3 to Ricky Ramirez Jr. The man waiting on deck in Jackson Pritchard has got 1 walk-off homer against these Grizzlies this season. First pitch he saw, he ambushed a fastball from Grant Black back in June here at UC Health Stadium. A 3-run shot. He was pinch hitting, and it was a walk-off blast. 3-2s, pounded into the turf, but fielded foul by Luke Lowry at first base. Another payoff pitch up coming from Bramblett as Ricky has been fighting things off left and right to stay alive.
I don't see any rally hats going on. Is that not a big thing with the Freedom?
Man, I don't know if the rally hat still exists, does it? Kind of died out.
Kind of has. I'm looking in the dugout thinking you may, see one guy, with it all backwards and flipped up, but
3-2, Ricky got under it, and he throws his bat in frustration. A mile-high fly ball into left field. Late adjustment to the left, but Anthony Ray will scoot underneath and make the catch for the first out of the 9th. So Jackson Pritchard will come to the plate. With 1 out and nobody on in this 4-2 game, Bramblett now down to his final 2 outs as he looks for save number 8 in the season finale between the Grizzlies and Freedom here tonight. Righty on righty battle here as Bramblett starts. Jackson with a fastball right down the middle. 0-1. Bramblett working on the third base side of the rubber. Gets a quick sign from Zach Taylor. Sets and fires his 0-1. It's a chopper up the middle. Long rangy play by the shortstop Sakurai, who leaves his feet, gloves, and throws low to first, but Pritchard's through the bag. Scooped out of the turf. Nice play at first base by Lowry. Would have been a sensational play, but Pritchard too quick. It's an infield single. And the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Brandon Pugh. With one out, and Pritchard at first.
Yeah, you'll take it. It's an infield single. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done. That bouncing ball up the middle took Sakurai ranging way behind second base. Had to leap up at the last second just to field the bouncing ball. So really no chance once he landed to get anything on the throw to first. There you have it, the tying run of the plate, which is really what you're hoping to get.
Brandon Pugh lines the first pitch he sees, but foul to the left of the third base line. That would have been nice. Instead, it's 0-1. Pugh looking for that first pitch fastball. Got the foot down, through the hands, went with it where it was pitched. The outer half to a lefty, and he lined it towards left. Just a foot foul, if that. The 0-1 delivery from Bramblett. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Pugh. Brandon with one big fly this season. You saw it. It was against the Lake Erie Crushers in the game. The Freedom won 1-0.
Indeed.
The only swing of the bat Florence needed that day. A Game 2 victory over Lake Erie. 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. 2 dead and a runner at first base. Connor Crane's the last hope for the Freedom here in the 9th.
First baseman number 16, Connor Crane.
Connor Crane is the club leader in homers.
I'm just thinking that.
For what it's worth, and certainly due. Crane's last home run, July 21st. Here at UC Health Stadium against the Evansville Otters. Still sitting on 9 dingers this season. A fastball is going to start him 0-1. 90 on the radar gun and on the outside corner for an early strike. Bramblett readies his 0-1 off the outer edge. A ball and a strike to Connor Crane.
So a couple options here for Crane. He could be thinking just hand the bat to the next guy, Aaron, or he could be thinking find a pitch, I can drive, and let's try to tie this thing up right here.
I'm thinking he's
it's a different approach you could take.
Thinking the latter. The 1-1. Down and away with the fastball. It's 2-1.
I mean, that all goes into your swing thought and what's going in between the ears right now for him. And he knows he could tie this game with one pitch. Certainly looking for a pitch in the spot.
He just might get it in a 2-1 count. Righty sets, pitch on the way, and Connor lines it foul off the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It could all come down to this pitch. The 9-hole man for the Freedom, Connor Crane. Bramblett leans in for the sign, gets an immediate consensus reach with Zach Taylor. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, bounces in the left-handed batter's box. Bodied up nicely behind the plate by Taylor. He keeps Pritchard at first. But the count now runs full. And
adding to the drama.
Bramblett does not want to walk Crane, put the tying run on base and the winning run to come to the plate. And Austin Wobrock just might get the fastball you're looking for right here. Get that foot down and go.
Yep, sitting dead red.
Bramblett sets, payoff. Breaking ball swung on and missed. What do we know? Bramblett had the gust to throw the deucer. Crane swung over the top, and the Grizzlies will spoil the sweep. A 4-2 victory. And they'll salvage a split as the Freedom fall for the first time in about a week in a game that wasn't decided by one run. Back to recap this 4-2 loss to the Grizzlies when we segue next into the Florence Freedom postgame show on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck, it's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go anywhere, do anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma, the truck that feels like it was built for you, because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Bored? Looking for something different and exciting to do? Come to Full Throttle Indoor Karting and experience pure racing exhilaration. 40 miles per hour on huge indoor tracks. That'll do it. Full Throttle Indoor Karting has something for almost everyone. Check it out at GoFullThrottle.com. Come alone or bring your friends. With 2 locations, Springdale near Dave & Buster's and Florence just off the Turfway exit. We're close by. Full Throttle Indoor Karting. GoFullThrottle.com.
Right now at Fazoli's, get the $5 lunch. Pick 2 Fazoli's favorites, like our fettuccine Alfredo and a side Caesar salad. Or get lasagna with meat sauce and a slice of pepperoni pizza, plus a drink, all for $5. That's right, just $5. Choose from over 450 tasty combinations and get our unlimited signature garlic breadsticks when you dine in. Make plans to enjoy the $5 lunch at Fazoli's today. Fazoli's, life is better with breadsticks. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
For who?
This is Ryan Quarles, your Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture, here to remind you to buy Kentucky Proud at your local grocery, restaurant, and farmer's market. When you buy Kentucky Proud, you're buying fresh, delicious foods for your family. And you're helping Kentucky farm families make a living. Ask for Kentucky Proud by name and look for Kentucky Proud products at kyproud.com. Buy Kentucky Proud.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth here at UC Health Stadium. The Freedom cannot grab the 2-game sweep of the Gateway Grizzlies, the last place team in the West. Too much to handle tonight. 4-2 the final score. Gateway scoring 3 of their 4 runs in the 4th inning tonight, adding 1 more for good measure on Zach Taylor's first home run of the season, an insurance blast. In the top of the 8th, The Freedom could only score 2 as the offense continues to spin its wheels here in the second half of the season. 1 run for the Freedom in the second, 1 more in the fifth. And for the first time in a week, they lose a game that's decided by less, or rather decided by more than 1 run. A 2-run differential tonight in the 4-2 loss to the Gateway Grizzlies. With the loss, the Freedom now fall to 42-28. With victory, the Gateway Grizzlies improve to 29-38. And the Freedom will be scoreboard watching. We will always close each Freedom postgame show with a detailed look around the Frontier League scoreboard. The Evansville Otters in action, taking on the top team in the East Division, Lake Erie Crushers. That series wraps up. It's 1-1 right now. Lake Erie and Evansville in the series. Each team shutting the other out. Lake Erie with a shutout on Tuesday, 2-0. And Evansville returning the favor with a 6-0 blanking in the middle game yesterday. So we'll see what's in store on that one. The Freedom had 2 games of separation in the top spot of the West Division standings entering play tonight. With their loss, they have left the door open for Evansville to move within 1 game if they can clinch the series against the Lake Erie Crushers. Winning pitcher tonight for Gateway, the Frontier League Trout and draft hopeful once upon a time. Rain Letkeman improves to 3-2. His winning line, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. A losing line for Daniel Williams, the starter for the Freedom, who falls to 3-3. He went just 3 2/3, allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He did not walk anybody. He struck out 2. Taking the save, making quick work of the Freedom in the ninth, Jeff Bramblett slams the door on save number 8. Tonight's finale between the Freedom and Grizzlies played in a long 3 hours and 17 minutes from 7:03 to 10:20. And a decent crowd on hand to take it all in for the Freedom. The attendance reported tonight, 2,422. Game time temperatures were 85 degrees at first pitch. A beautiful night for baseball, but as we bring in my dad, Troy Brody, as we continue to break ground on the Florence Freedom post-game show. Beautiful day for baseball, but not a beautiful effort offensively again for the Freedom. They're still struggling out of the gates in the second half, swinging the sticks in a 4-2 loss.
Yeah, they got on their heels tonight. I mean, it's funny. This was a clash of a couple stats, right? Florence this year, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast, 28-7 when they score first. They did score first. They scored in the second inning when Luis Pintor scored the run to put the Freedom up by 1. But credit to Gateway for the way they fought back. They had a third inning where they did not execute, didn't get a bunt down, didn't get the small ball done like they needed to do. Then they come back in the fourth inning, they will score 3 runs, took command of the game at that point, and Florence had to play catch-up the rest of the night.
No question about it, and the Freedom offense still struggling. Austin Wobrock had the RBI double in the 5th inning tonight, moved up to the leadoff spot. Guys still kind of moving around the batting order. Dennis Pelfrey likes to mix it up, get guys where they're comfortable and find out where they're comfortable, thrusting them into game situations. And make no mistake, the Freedom had some chances tonight, but for the most part, the Gateway Grizzlies continuing the threats in every inning. They just flat out played better than the Freedom did tonight.
Yeah, they did. If you didn't know any better and you just watched this game, you would think they were the better team, right? They hit the ball well. They did leave a lot of runners on base, but they got the job done. They got up 3. They got a great record when they lead after 5. We talked about the fact that
20-5, now 21-5.
21-5. So this team, when they get a lead at the midway point, have been really good this year, and Florence found themselves fighting uphill, finding themselves trailing after 5 to a team that usually slams the door when that happens.
So the Freedom will finish the season series with the Gateway Grizzlies. They had a lot of success, but they'll finish 10-2 against Gateway this season. But the Grizzlies will say, you know, we won 2 of our last 3 games against the Freedom. They got the finale at their place at GCS Credit Union Ballpark a couple weeks ago. Now they take this one. So 2 of the last 3 going in the win column for Phil Warren's Grizzlies, who we talked about it in the open. Nobody's really out of it in the West Division. A lot of baseball to be played. We just started the month of August tonight. Maybe Gateway with all that pitching in the late stages, offense that threatens as often as they did tonight. Maybe the season's far from over for them as well.
Yeah, and there's that wild card as well, right? Everybody knows there's 2 wild card teams out there, and when you go to the wild card standing, it kind of puts another 3 or 4 or 5 teams back in the mix. Everybody has something to play for here in August. Florence definitely has their work cut out for them. They've got everything in front of them. All their goals they set for this season are out in front of them. They've been the best team in the league all year long. They're going to have to fight now, though, because they have found themselves in a spot where every game in the month of August will be meaningful.
There is absolutely no question about that. So let's go ahead and set our sights on the Frontier League scoreboard. I will first, as we wait for it to refresh and load, fill you in on the line score tonight on both sides for the Freedom and Grizzlies. It was a game that certainly favored Gateway, 4-2 the final score, but 12 hits for the Grizzlies. They double up the Freedom in that category as well. 12 knocks to 6. It was Gateway that made the one mistake. 1 error for the Grizzlies, none for the Freedom. They played back-to-back games clean in this series with the Grizzlies, but fall by 2 runs, 4-2 tonight. Frontier League scoreboard has refreshed and loaded, so let's take a look. Let's start with that game, Lake Erie and Evansville, the one we've all been waiting for, and it's the Crushers, 4-3, helping out their pals in the West, Florence, with a 1-run victory over the Evansville Otters tonight in Avon, Ohio. So the Crushers will take that series 2-1. The Freedom, with their loss tonight to the Grizzlies, will not have it hurt them in terms of the second-place team, Evansville, dropping the 1-run contest. The Freedom will take the field tomorrow here at UC Health Stadium, still with a 2-game edge on Evansville. The Schaumburg Boomers helping out the Freedom cause as well. The Boomers taking their series with the River City Rascals 2-1. 4-3, Schaumburg emerges at Boomer Stadium. Same score, and a couple of East Division teams helping the Freedom cause in a big way tonight. The Southern Illinois Miners still feel like they're right in the thick of it. They're a big-time winner tonight at home at Rip One Park. They handle the East Division cellar dweller Joliet Slammers 9-3. A 6-run win for Mike Pinto's crew. The Washington Wild Things and Windy City Thunderbolts. Washington's already tidied up that series, but they lead by 1, 3-2 in the top of the 9th in an all-East Division affair taking place at Ozinga Field in Crestwood, Illinois. So that'll wrap us up. For Troy Brody, I'm Aaron Brody. On behalf of everybody in the Florence Freedom front office, we thank you for your continued support and listenership of Florence Freedom baseball here in the 2019 season. Had a blast bringing the call of the action tonight. Dad, thank you so much for coming back. And
Absolutely.
It sounds like you're just
Enjoyed
getting started. Going to be here 3 more games over the weekend, right?
Is that the plan? Is Rob for sure not going to be able to do it?
Rob's going to be out of commission this week, still dealing with the kidney stone. So if you're up for it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have you right back here at UC Health Stadium. Is that good?
Sounds like a plan, yeah. I need to run that past Michelle Brody, of course. But
the other Brody out there. Thanks to Blake and the listening audience tonight. I know you were out there, Randy Owen, Larry Milford, and all of our faithful Florence Freedom fans. You're why we do it. Unfortunately, the Freedom fell tonight by 2, but in baseball, you always get a chance the very next day, and the Freedom will get that chance. 7:05 first pitch tomorrow, Game 1 between the Freedom and Washington Wild Things right here in Florence. Broadcast will start at 6:50. Have a great night, and we'll see you back at the yard tomorrow on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.